Oh, I forgot my phone. Dang it. Yo! What's good? Danny Lee is in the building. The New York Knicks is in the building. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? All right, let me check something here real quick. Just want to check something here. Just make sure we straight. All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? All right. What's good? White Falcon 44. What's good? Danny Lee, I see you. Felipe 210. What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Oh, man. So I got some rain outside. It's making me a little sleepy. Delano Steele was good. What's good? What's good? Let me see something here. So how'd y'all like the game last night? Oh, Chef NYK was good. What's good? So how'd y'all like the game last night? Long night, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. No, last night was a little long. It was a little long. You know, y'all know how it is. You know, some days are better than others. It's life. Yeah, it was good to see Quickley out there. Oh. The thing about seeing Quickley out there though is every time he tried to get into his bag, man, somebody came and tried to get the ball from him. They wouldn't let him create, and that frustrated me. Like every time he tried to create something, somebody came in to get the ball from him. Chuck B, what's good? It was needed. What was needed? Quickley? Let me see here. RJ Delano still said RJ Barrett and Alec Burks were good. The rest of the team, yeah. They keep doubling Quickley too. Hey, you know what? I think they were just blitzing him to see what he was made of. Oh, Chuck, come on, man. The fans needed a wake-up call, but we knew this already. We talked about this the other day. We knew a few things. Like we knew the Detroit Pistons were trash, right? And I think we kind of hyped up our own players because Paris Duggar was good. Was good. To Chuck B's point though, and I kind of agree with him a little teeny bit, but I still want to be optimistic, right? I still want to be optimistic. I still want to say, I got some tea right here in front of me. I got some tea. I don't want any espresso because you know what I'm saying, when I get ready to take my nap, I won't be able to sleep at all. The Pistons are trash, and we are in the hefty bag right next to them right now. Yes. Excuse me. The Pistons are trash. The Pistons are trash, man. But you know what? Our roster is not good. Our roster is not good, man. The point guard position is trash. And I'm frustrated because we knew this already and we didn't address it. Right now, I'm already in the mindset that I can't take watching point guard for this team anymore. Paris Ducker said we have to get rid of DSJ off the bat. I can't watch a guy who can't do what he does best. I'm frustrated. Y'all know my stance. My stance is we need a point guard that's going to organize us and get us into good offense and get us good shots. Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox jacking threes from opposite wings is not good offense. Mitchell Prince, what's good? What's good? Jeremy, what's good, man? I see you. Hey, I'm tired, boss. But the grind is real. Hey, the grind is real. I'm gonna keep grinding just like this until this thing that we have the Knicks at Night podcast and the Knicks Morning Drive is off and running and blossoms into something good. I'm just gonna have to grind on both and make appearances on other people's shows and all kind of stuff until we get this thing to where we want. Right. And I know y'all are like, well, you know, where do we want it? You know, I would love to see us have both shows, you know, get around maybe three, maybe, well, for the Knicks Morning Drive, maybe about 400 or so viewers, and not because y'all aren't good enough, because y'all are great. Don't get it twisted like that. You know, I love jumping in here with y'all, but what I want to do is grow it so the conversation to be more robust. Maybe have a few of y'all come on with me. You know what I'm saying? At some point, and grind and get this thing bigger, because I do this thing for y'all. But anyway, back to the Knicks. You want to see so Mitchell Prince wants to see Miles Powell. You want to see Miles Powell play? Hey, me too. You know why? I'm like, what do we have to lose? You know what I mean? Like, legit, what do we have to lose? I mean, our point guard position looks like garbage right now. I mean, garbage right now. And I know part of it has to do with learning a new offense under Tom Thibodeau. I understand that. I mean, I'm not a jerk. I mean, I understand that. And I understand, secondly, you're playing with all new players and everybody has to gain chemistry. I get that. Felipe 210 says, at this point, I'd rather see Miles over DSJ. I kind of like DSJ. I just think we have to be I'm trying to find a way to say. I'm trying to find a way not to contradict myself. Basically, what I'm saying is I think all the point guards are trash, but I think they're trash at varying degrees. Like I think DSJ, if we can unlock him, can at least be decent. But we have to be patient with him in order to unlock him. Like we have to get him more experience on the floor. Like he has to play in order to get better. Mitchell Prince says they all have major flaws. Yes, they do. You know what else? You know where else we have major flaws at? Let me address this real quick. Hey, so the New York Knicks says Stephen Fox is a great co-host. Mr. Logistics. Yeah, Stephen Fox is good, man. Yeah! T. Williams is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Mitchell Prince says, is Harper even with the team? Yes. I saw him standing next to Kevin Knox, and I thought he was a kid. I was like, I could legit, like right off the bat, right? No, hey, don't lie. Like they were like in warm-ups or whatever, and I saw a dude next to Kevin Knox, and I was like, hey, look at that little kid next to Knox. But then and you know, you have to remember Kevin Knox is like 6'9", and Harper is like 5'11". What happened with Skylar BCA? Hey, I'm not for sure just yet. I'm not. I think there's something to it though. I don't think he's going to make the roster. Right? I don't believe he's going to make the roster, but I think they're going to have him around. I think they're going to have that kid around, and he's going to develop into something. Into what? I don't know. I don't know. So his Skylar BCA, his below the rim skills remind me a little bit of Obi Toppin-ish, where he's fluid and can move. Above the rim, there's no competition. He's not even close to Obi. Right? He's not even close. Below the rim, Skylar BCA is a really good athlete. Above the rim, no, it's not even up for discussion. But truthfully, I have to give props to Sekou Doumbouya. Him and Josh Jackson gave us fits at key moments. Man, no, still. This is what I'm getting ready to get to. Kevin Knox has to do something, man. Y'all keep telling me about Kevin Knox. Y'all Kevin Knoxing me to death. And Kevin Knox got torched yesterday. And then his one skill that he brings to the table, his jump shot, is not falling. Kevin Wright was who jumps on the Knicks at Night podcast is the biggest Kevin Knox fan in the universe. I swear, I think Kevin Knox may be his son. The way he defends Kevin Knox. And he had 1,000 excuses for Knox last night, and all of them sounded crazy to me. Now, Kevin Wright is a smart dude, a sharp cat, right? But this Kevin Knox thing, man, don't tell me about Kevin Knox and his energy. I don't care. I don't care about none of that stuff. A dude named Josh Jackson torched the Knicks last night. A dude named Sekou Doumbouya torched the Knicks last night. Where are our wings? What are our wings doing? Keith, good. What's up, Free Keith? What's happening? Young K Ben is in the building. What's good? T. Williams, you trolling. I know T. Williams is trolling me. T. Williams is trolling me, man, and I'm susceptible right now. I'm weak. I'm susceptible to being trolled right now, and T. Williams is trolling me. I'm like the wounded lion on the Serengeti, being chased by a pack of hyenas. You know what I'm saying? T. Williams said we need a PG to run the offense. And so, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's good, Chuck?
What up?
Hey, so T. Williams is trolling me, man. I was just saying, I'm like a wounded lion on the Serengeti being chased by a pack of hyenas. I legit probably just fought off a young lion and got wounded, got the death blow, and I'm being chased by hyenas. He just said we need a PG to run the offense. Y'all know that's my weakness right now. Y'all know I'm weak about that.
Keith?
Y'all know I'm weak about that.
Yo,
What's up, Poppy? What's good? Knicks Twitter is in the building. Yeah. Hey, so T. Williams just said we need a PG to run the offense. And I don't know if I legit want to get on this topic or not. But I feel compelled to do so, but I don't really want to get on it. But I feel compelled. And I know I'm gonna lose. I know I'm gonna waste a bunch of time and energy and may even lose a point to Chuck, and I never do that. But just the mere fact that T. Williams said we need a PG to run the offense has me in this weird place. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think we need a PG to run the offense?
Yo, we need somebody who could dependably drop a 3-ball. That's what we need. That's what we need. We don't like we shuffling through like PGs. Like, oh, we need a PG. We need guys who can shoot the ball. Is what we need.
First and foremost,
DSJ. Oh, my fault. Go ahead, Chuckster.
Right. First and foremost, we need a floor general. He don't have to be a knockdown shooter. If you put Rondo on this team, you'll see a big difference.
Right.
Everybody in position.
Right.
We need shooters, yes, but it don't have to be the point guard necessarily. We need that floor general to get everybody in place. And that's kind of what Peyton's best quality is.
He does it best on the team.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's like all world, like, but he's the one who does that best on the team. If he had like a little better shot, like if he had just I even give him like a 30%. If he had a 30% shot from 3, Elf would be perfect. Sign him for another 4 years.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like we are in such a 3-point desert, yo. Like traditional 3-point shooters come to the team and become bad 3-point shooters. What's going on?
What's going on with that?
This is what Bullock did before he came here. This is what Ellington did before he came here. Last year was his worst shooting year, and now he back to it. Man, it's pissing me off, bro.
Mook got better here, so
this is why, and I hated that people were so like they were like, oh, why you want to keep him? Why? Like, I want to keep him because he's obviously only one of the few people that's comfortable here. He's comfortable. He's actually better playing here.
Yeah.
Everybody get better after they leave here.
Right.
Yeah.
You keep those dudes, man. Yeah. But anyway, it's the second game of preseason, so I'm not really pissed about that. But all it is, like, I'm just not. I see an overarching theme that the 3-point shooting really hasn't gotten any better for the team, and that's going to hold us back. Like that's going to be the major problem.
But it's not just
Like,
3-point shooting, though. It's not just 3-point shooting. It's anything
of
that's not a
course
lob.
yeah.
Anything that's not a lob or a dunk is trouble for us. Anything that's not a layup is trouble for us. Because here's the thing, free throws are just as bad.
Yo,
Did you see the free throw percentage? That's just as bad. And teams legit now, instead of respecting our jumpers, they legit pack the paint. They legit know we want to throw the lob. And now that they don't let us throw the lob, oh my God, man.
Yeah. I need to see Quickley. I need to see Quickley. Like I need to see a little bit more of him. I don't think I got to see it. He didn't shoot, did he? Like I think he shot once and they got blocked or something more. Like I just need to see, like we have to have some kind of respectable uptick. We gotta, I kind of like what I did see of him for like the couple seconds that he was on the court though.
Right.
He made a shot.
Huh? Like he got a little bit of, he made what?
He made a shot quickly.
Oh, he made no, but it was at the rim. I wanted to see a stroke. Like he
shot
it was
a
layup. But I think it got blocked though. That's what I'm saying. At least the one that I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, he only took 1-3.
Yeah. It got like side swipe. Like it wasn't clean.
Right.
I just want to see one clean shot to see if he got it. Like because he got them jets, man. That dude quick as hell.
Yeah.
Quickly gets up. Got a little motor.
Frustration though last night is the veterans would not let him get into offense. So he ran this weird thing with Obi topping twice, where Obi ran by him as if he was setting the screen, but he just ran by.
But
and Obi's man was picked by the natural motion. You know what I'm saying? And before he could kick that thing to Obi on the wing, Julius Randle came and got the ball from Quickley.
I don't recall that. I don't recall that.
So when I saw that, and I was like, what is Randle doing? And the thing is I'm not blaming Randle. I'm not bashing Randle on this point because rookie point guards need help, right? So I'm not blaming Randle. What I'm saying, what I will say though is we didn't get a chance to see Quickley get into his bag, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I also feel like he wasn't given enough time to. Like,
right.
He was on what for a total of like 3 minutes? Like, how long was he on?
9.
9 was it? It was that much? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like he didn't really get enough time to get busy. But like, I feel like for the little bit that I saw, I'm definitely interested in seeing a little bit more.
Right. We desperately need shooting. We desperately.
We're not going anywhere with no increase in shooting. We're not going anywhere. Like not in this NBA, not in this style NBA. We're not going anywhere if we don't do it.
No.
I am impressed by the defensive improvements though. I'll say that. I definitely like what I'm seeing on defense.
I'm not impressed. I saw a G League cast off light up the Knicks offensively last night.
Sekou?
No, Josh Jackson. Jackson.
I mean, cats is in the NBA because they nice.
I mean,
even the cats we call trash.
He only had 9 points.
How come they're nice for other teams and not nice for us?
He only had 9 points.
I feel like he didn't. I didn't feel like he got busy. I think Sekou is the one I thought like he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think he's a player. He's a player.
Sekou came out of nowhere. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he's gonna be Pascal Siakam type. And when they drafted him, that was the plan the whole time from the get go was develop him slow and you know Dwayne Casey coached Pascal Siakam, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Dwayne Casey, the coach of the Pistons, he used to coach the Raptors. Remember? And so, you know, he has a dude in the same mold as Pascal Siakam. So, yo, Woodshed, what's good? Marquise Walker, what's good? I see y'all. What's good? Marquise Walker is saying, where is it? I had something. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Woodshed is starting already. Wood, you starting already? The Pistons just ran a 2-3 zone for 20 minutes of the NBA game. He's in there. Right. I feel you, boss. I feel you.
They need to revisit that Buddy Hield trade, man.
But see, well, I'm all for that trade. See, cats think that I love Randle. I just defend him in the face of nonsense. But
That's
I do not want to let go of Randle for undervalue. Like, I feel like, okay, cool, put him in a trade for Buddy Hield. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in Frank, whoever, whatever other player they need. Like, let's get him over here because we desperately need what Buddy provides.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Specifically.
ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically.
Hey, and so with a glimmer of outside shooting, RJ Barrett scored 25 points. With a small with Cats just taking open 3-pointers and not even hitting them. RJ Barrett scored 25?
How many three? He scored 25, but how many threes did he take?
5. He was 1 for 5.
And he hit 1?
Yeah.
He 1 for 5 on the 3. See,
yeah.
He got his points off, like how he gets his points off. He got his points off in college. Like, right. Yeah, you're gonna be at the rim, you're gonna like and it's gonna work against the Pistons, but it's not gonna work against a team with a better defense. It's not gonna work against you gotta drop that 3 ball, bro. Like, you gotta be able to drop that 3 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's a third of the league right now that you can't see. You will not be able to get that off.
Facts.
But the thing is with RJ, I feel like he got into a rhythm last night around. He didn't come out jacking, like he didn't come out like trying to be the guy. I think last night he probably got points more in the flow of the offense, like instead of like having something to prove, right? But I can't for the life of me understand why I can't get DSJ and Kevin Knox to be that.
To be what?
You know what I'm saying? Because Knox and Obi legit missed wide open 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just missed wide open 3-pointers. Right?
To me,
and for Knox, that's supposed to be his strong suit.
Maybe it's just a bad game.
Maybe it's a bad player.
Yeah, it's a bad
player.
I mean, both can also exist at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put too much on like 2 preseason games. Like we still got to keep. I still try to keep in the back of my mind. These guys really had a truncated camp. Like this whole offseason is some wacky nonsense, even rushing into this season. So like I want to look at team generalities, like what it looks like the team is doing and what it looks like. That's really all I can kind of like. I can't drill down too much individually during these preseason games. At least not me. Like I just want to see if like, okay, like, have you been working on that stuff that you said that you were working on? Knox is not looking like he's been working on whatever he said he'd been working on.
Thibodeau said he did. That's why I'm frustrated.
And see, this is a thing. This is what leads me to like maybe it was a bad game but DSJ, I'm hearing everybody talking about like his shot. It got so much better. He was working with Abdul. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's praising his shot. where is it? Like he ain't dropped one yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like, and I feel like, so it's kind of like
DSJ's shot does look better though, because he's
it looks
confident
better.
in that shot, and he looks like he's going to
from
pull the
higher.
trigger on it.
Yeah, I definitely dig it. He's got a higher release. I dig what he's doing. I like his form, but like again, it's a tale of results.
Right.
I like Frank's forms too. He has a perfect form. He don't drop the shots though.
I'd love to see that form in Sacramento. I love to see Frank in purple and silver. You know what I'm saying?
Shipping him out.
I'd love to see Knox getting his bag in purple and silver. I'd love to see Buddy Hield here. You know what I'm saying? And I know Knicks fans are going to kill me for it, but listen, man, at some point we have to stop going to the altar. You know what I'm saying? And praying for Frank to turn into something, and go get a guy that we legit know can do it. Is probably the best at doing it. Buddy Hield right now may be the best at doing it, at knocking down that three. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing we need desperately.
Right. And so while we look at point guard numbers and say, well, man, he only had 3 assists. The thing about assists is there's a pass made by one person, but at the other end of that, somebody's got to make a basket. You know what I'm saying? So you could put the pass on the money all day. If dude's not making shots, you don't get assists. You know?
This is why it's crazy to me. This is why I don't even understand how Knicks fans aren't even impressed. Like when they bash somebody like Elf, right? They bash Elf, like, and then they'll say like, "Oh, he just assist hunting, he just stat hunting, stat." Yo, you know how hard it is to average 7 assists a game on a team that has the bottom shooting, the worst shooting in the NBA, because it's a two-man stat.
Right.
That requires that the second person actually makes the shot. For you to get 7 assists on such a horribly offensive team.
Mm-hmm. My man averaged 7 assists for a team that can't shoot. Think about that.
That's what I'm saying. That's some difficult. Imagine if we were a decent shooting team. His assist is like 11 a game.
Right.
Now, how is that a complaint? Assist hunting. That's
what?
I'm hurt. That's like if Mitch averaged 10 rebounds, we'll say, "Oh, he's rebound hunting." Don't you want that?
Southern State was saying that stupid stuff all last season. Like, "Oh, he just assist hunting."
That's stupid.
What do you mean?
That's his job.
That's his job. But yet the man that you cap for can't even make 2-3 assists a game, yo. Like, I don't understand it.
Right. So everything Frank can't do and other people do, it gets criticized.
Criticized.
Right?
Like Randle, like we legit say
Frank.
We legit go ahead, Chuck. My bad.
No, go ahead, go.
I was gonna say, like, we legit say on the thread that Julius Randle puts up empty stats, right? And they round down. So my man averaged 19.5 points, right? So they say 19, he averaged 19 points. In school, we get taught anything 5 and above, you round up. But haters say 19, they round down for Julius. He averaged 9.7 rebounds, and then they say, he only get 9 rebounds. Anything above 5, you round up, man. Everybody know that it's math. So they don't want to say my man is around 20 and 10. They rather say 19 and 9. You know what I'm saying? They say his stats are empty stats because he don't play in high leverage games. It's not his fault. Basketball is a 5-man game.
Yo, like I love how people just lose games by themselves.
Right.
Everybody out here losing games, losing seasons. Oh, he was responsible for our 21 win season. Like, nah, it was 15 people on the team. So.
Right. And even so from Friday's game, Teddy, and that's my man. Teddy's my guy. He jumped on it and co-host the Knicks at Night podcast. He was like, yo, the Knicks didn't start blowing out the Pistons until Frank hit that 3. So I'm like, dog, are you legit saying Frank Ntilikina hit 1 3, and then the team just got on the run and blew out the Pistons. I mean, come on, man. What are we saying?
That's the unrealistic nature. That's the stuff that make you hate the guy that they promote for. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You don't have to be. It was a good shot. You know what I'm saying? The one of the night.
On his floors.
Right. Ala Wise, what's good? I see you, Ala Wise. What's good?
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah. So
wait, when is the next game?
Wednesday. It's Wednesday night. And so I think we got Cleveland Wednesday night. And yeah, my frustrating thing is so Cleveland also has a young defensive minded wing that they're gonna whip out on us Wednesday night. The kid Isaac Okoro, right? And so in that matchup, Kevin Knox versus Okoro, I mean, I gotta see something, man. I can't. People if me to death with Kevin Knox. They if me to death. I mean, and I got legit told last night, no lie, no cap. My man said, yo, when Kevin Knox turns it on and gets on fire, don't jump on the Kevin Knox bandwagon. And I told him straight up, yo, the Kevin Knox bandwagon has to run by horses because that bandwagon definitely does not have a motor. You know what I'm saying? He got mad. He was mad. He was like, what do you mean? Hey, dog, you get what I'm saying. You know, but I mean, come on, man. We got to get. You can't blame everything on a point guard. Is the reason why I was hesitant to even talk about the topic, because Cats last night legit had open shots, open looks. Julius Randle caught a pass. He was wide open on the other end of the court by himself, and the ball slipped out of his hands by itself. If he makes that shot, that's an assist to your point guard. Right? RJ Barrett missed a 1-footer last night.
A one, right? Yo. But I mean, I give it like whatever. It happens, speed. But like, yo, like that just doesn't. I hate when I see that. Like that's like free money right there. Like you just threw away free money. Yo.
Right. RJ Barrett missed a 1-footer. Now RJ Barrett looked at the ref like he got fouled, but it didn't look like something. It didn't look egregious.
Come on,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? It didn't look like, you know what I'm saying, he got held down and he, was forced to. It looked like somebody might have swiped at him. But, man, come on.
Not with the body control we know him to have.
Right. The one for Randle, though, when you on the other end of the court by yourself and somebody throw you a Hail Mary and you down by yourself, there's no excuse for that. I mean,
wait, is that the one that came low? Is that the one that came low, though? Like, did it bounce? Like, he caught it and it bounced off his shin? Like, he had to get it down there?
I think, yeah. I think so. But still, man, you by yourself, though, dog. I mean, you by yourself. I mean, so, but anyway, my point is if we make those two shots, DSJ has 1 assist, and I can't remember the other one. But we criticize point guards so much that I think we forget the obvious stuff. Like say for instance, the wide open threes that Kevin Knox had off the passes. If he makes 2 of those, if Kevin Knox goes 2 for 4 or 3 for whatever it is, I forget how many shots he took, and I think he was like 1 for 6 or whatever it is. If he hits a couple of those, this whole conversation we're having is different.
Yeah, you probably be talking from the other side of a W.
Yeah, right. 1 for 6.
Right. So
he took 6 threes?
No. 2 threes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Toppin took 6 threes.
Toppin what?
Took 6 threes.
Yeah.
And hit 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not judging Toppin too harshly. Like, yo, like to me, he's the one with the learning curve that's acceptable. Like, he's got an acceptable NBA learning curve. This is his first 2 NBA games. I'm not really
right.
He can have a bad game.
Bullock took 7 threes. Bullock took 7 threes. Bullock 7 threes.
Yeah, like his shot is off.
How many did Bullock hit though? Did Bullock hit more than one?
I think he hit 2. Or 1. Yeah, to me that's just a bad night for Bullock because we know he could do better than that.
RJ was 1 for 5
on the threes.
Yeah, 1 for 5. RJ,
yeah. But a couple of those though, I would strike those from the a couple of the ones from Bullock and a couple of the ones from RJ towards the end of the game when we were in desperation mode trying to come back when it was like less than 3 minutes to go in the game. I think RJ heaved up one with like a minute left to go in the game, and I think Bullock.
I'm not taking that from you. Like, nah, definitely not. Okay. Your crunch time ability to hit a 3 to me is ultimately important.
Right.
Ultimately. Right. Like those are the most important threes. Like those. When I don't care if you need them. We wouldn't need those then if you hit the earlier 3.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying with that, but when I was watching the game, I saw he was in the corner off a bad pass and tried to heave one up, and the same thing for Bullock too, was trying to just heave up off bad passes, bad offense.
I dig it.
Yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from too. So and ultimately, I agree with what you're saying. But when I was watching the game live, I just felt like, but you know what? If they had made it, because to your point, because if they had made those threes, I might have been saying something different. So I agree with what you're saying.
Different,
right?
The last 5 minutes of the game is the game.
Right.
That's when the game really starts. Like that's the game.
Right. No, I feel you. Hey, so otherwise said, did Frank was that score last night? Legit, can't remember.
Yeah, he made that 1 3.
It looked good. It looked good though. I give it to him. He looked good.
No, he
didn't.
But
how many threes did he take? How many shots did he take?
I think he might have taken. What did he take? 1.
He took 2 threes, but he was 1 for 3 for the game.
Okay, all right, 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck. Hey, and no lie, Chuck is going to have a whole bunch of Knicks hats at the end of the season for cats that think Frank Ntilikina is going to average 10 points a game. I think Chuck might have bet like 9 people.
Hey, right. Frank highest
10 points a game. They legit bet that he's going to make 10 points a game.
Yes,
I dropped it to 10. They were saying more than that.
Wow,
but he's not averaging 10. His highest stat was fouls.
Yeah,
you said his biggest stat total was fouls.
Yeah, his highest stat was fouls. 6 fouls.
Oh my God.
In 11 and 40 minutes.
Hey, somebody brought up Eduardo Nahara. Y'all calling Frank Ntilikina a 6'4" Eduardo Nahara? People don't even remember who that is. That's so obscure. That's like the most obscure. Yeah, that's the most obscure thing. The dude came before Luis Scola. Like he can't even remember.
But this cat chef said Frank is a 6'4" Kevin Duckworth.
we did that.
Oh man, poor Frank,
and the sad part of that is Kevin Duckworth is probably mad. Duckworth is probably like, man,
you remember Frank?
Yo, but I can shoot some.
You remember Frank was on his way? Frank was on his way to being 6'7". Now he's 6'4". Remember?
right.
Every year
he shrank a year for every year he's been in the league. Like
yep.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
and Ahmad said Frank is a 6'4" Truck Robinson. Oh my God!
Oh, come on, man.
Truck Robinson would fight though. Hey, Truck Robinson would fight.
Yo, all these dudes they comparing them to, they should be disrespected. They should feel disrespected.
No, I like that one.
This is the dopest
I like
one
that
yet.
one. I like that.
Nah, he don't got the motor. Nah, don't do that. He wish he was Maurice. He wish he was Mo.
Yeah.
He don't got that aggressiveness. That dude was an animal.
My only thing with Ndour is he cost us Karl Anthony Towns. If he wasn't cost us Karl Anthony Towns, I wouldn't have that bitter taste in my mouth. Every time I see that name,
Hardaway won some games at the end too. Hardaway?
Yeah, Hardaway wanted to. Hardaway wanted to show up at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Hardaway and the
like
door.
The last 3 games, he showed up.
Now he want to show up.
The one against the Wizards though, when everybody was tanking, I'm sorry, somebody wearing red, white, and black? I can't remember. I keep forgetting. But anyway, coming down the stretch, Cats was legit trying to throw the ball in the other team basket. They was tanking so hard, right? And my man Maurice Ndour my man goes up and takes a shot and misses, and all the Knicks fans are like, "Yeah, we gonna get Cat." And Ndour get the offensive rebound and put it back, and we win. And we end up with Porzingis. I'm like, oh, and nothing against Porzingis. Porzingis was a good player, but man,
but definitely, you had to pick that moment to show up. Cat showing up at the end of the season when nothing mattered.
Right. Like we legit could have got Porzingis. Like if we landed the number 1 pick and we wanted Porzingis that bad, we could have traded down and got Porzingis and got other assets, right? I mean, common sense to tell us I can see Phil doing something like that, but I also see him taking Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, no. Cat is the common sense play. But what I'm saying is if we wanted Porzingis that bad, like if we absolutely had to have Porzingis, we could have traded down in the draft and got more assets and still got KP. Mm-hmm. You know, but Cat was the consensus number 1. I mean, I'm not being crazy with it. I know Cat was the consensus number 1.
Yeah, we would have been crazy. Even Nick, people would have looked at Phil totally crazy if he picked Porzingis at number 1.
Right. No doubt. But the fact that somebody said Frank is a 6'4" Justin Bieber, that's what we going.
They call him Grace Jones. They call Frank Grace Jones.
Oh, come on, man! Like, come on, don't. Why y'all gotta do Frank like that?
Yo. But it's not us.
Julius is a 6'8" Nate Robinson.
Chuck and Art started this. Now we can't get it out the chat. Now every day, every Chuck said Frank's a 6'4" center. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, Chuck did start that though. Chuck started that with that. Yo, I was listening that day when you said that he was a 6'4" center, that shit killed me. He's like, yo, Frank is a 6'4" center.
and then I was like, Chuck, what you say? And he was like, yeah, Frank is legit a 6'4" Kevin Duckworth.
Duckworth. Like, yo, you bugging. You bugging out.
Yes, he is.
Now it's like a tradition. It's a tradition. No matter when we live stream, now it's a tradition. Big cats just legit come in and say, you know, Frank is a 6'4" Jared Jeffries, you know what I'm saying, or something. Every day.
I need to see some memes. I need to see some meme photos of his face on these people's bodies, though. That would be the killer.
Oh my god!
That would be the killer.
Oh, yo! If you do that, the Frankers will declare war. Felipe 210 says Frank is a 6'4" Frederick Weiss.
Come on, yo, yeah. Now y'all just being rude, yo.
Oh my gosh. Now I feel like I gotta put a video out there. Now I legit feel like I gotta do a video now. Now I have to do a video.
Oh man.
But so when T. Williams said, just straight up legit said, hey, the Knicks need a point guard. And I know this is like the fly trap theory. This is like the bear trap that Chuck B set for all the Frankers, right? You know, they like Chuck B asked something like, when's the last time you seen Frank grab a rebound and push it coast to coast for a layup or a dunk, right? And the Frankers' minds will start spinning, like they're trying to remember the time that they saw it. But the thing is, it never happened. So it never existed, right? But they spinning their wheels, like, you know what I'm saying? And what it does is it revs their engine up so hard that they legit want to come after everybody now. It's like, you know, they want to come after everybody. RJ, OB, Mitch, everybody, because when you point out one Frank deficiency, it's like, you know, you went to the altar and didn't leave an offering, basically, for the Frankers. So, but anyway, back to that question about do we need a point guard? Yes. And I don't know if I want to do a deep dive into it, because for the most part, when people ask questions, I like to do a deep dive in order to keep the conversation going, right? But the point guard thing is frustrating me because it's not just the point guard, right? Because the point guard passes the ball to somebody and they shoot and miss. That can't be on the point guard, right? And just because like and the point guard can get you into good offense or call a right play for against the defense that he sees. And if your guys don't get to where they're supposed to be, you can't blame the point guard for that. You know what I'm saying? Like if Mitch is supposed to come off the block and come up to screen high and he gets caught up in the wash, like in traffic, and don't get there on time, you can't blame the point guard for that. You know what I'm saying? And if it's just supposed to just be a simple pass to a Knox coming around off a pin down and Knox is pushed out of bounds and can't get around the screen to catch the pass, you can't blame the point guard for that. It's just too much stuff. Like you could say we need a point guard, but then there are other factors in play that say regardless who the point guard is that you get, once they get here, they're not gonna be successful because we can't execute offense. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, what if we can execute offense? Would Dennis Smith Jr. be the answer? I would say yes. You know what I'm saying? Because if you could, if Mitch sets the screen on time, like sets the screen 5 feet away where DSJ can maneuver the screen, and Mitch sets a solid screen where the defender is rubbed off the ball handler, and either he pops, stays right there, and is able to shoot a jumper or rolls to the basket, then you don't need a point guard. Your point guard is in house. You know what I'm saying? But if nobody is executing, like Elfrid Payton legit. Oh, go ahead, man.
But see, I hear what you're saying, and I also disagree with the PG theory. Whatever, like, oh, we just need a PG a point guard. Like you're like, without any dependable shooting, all a defense has to do, the zone is going to work on us all the time without shooting. So it doesn't matter what offense we set up. The offense we set up, all they got to do is pack the paint.
Right.
Because our outside shooting is undependable. So like a team would definitely let us get a 3-point off, clear and open, as we've been getting, and can't hit.
Right.
But you know what we're not getting? You're not getting easy looks at the lane. You're not getting easy looks at the basket, just like coming through the lane, like they just gonna pack the lane. So that's how they like it's gonna break down our offense anytime. Like it's gonna break down our offense, whatever offense that we're using, if we can't shoot.
Right. I agree.
But
So
you don't think you need a point guard to get you into those sets?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we need a point guard to get us or
to break down the defense and draw. Unless you're talking about playing against a zone. But man, you still need a point guard that could break down and create for others.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. My thing is I think you could probably get one-on-one game from other places, but generally you get that from point guard. So I mean, I understand what you're saying there, but so see, the point guard thing frustrates me, man, because I don't think you just need a point guard. I think you need to have like a 1-2 punch. Like you need to have a Dame and CJ, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, and not something not as prolific as that. But what I'm saying is something along those lines, like a Westbrook and Bill. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, where if it's not working with one guy, the other guy can pick up the slack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like a Rubio and Booker, or a Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
So you talk about the backcourt strictly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna play RJ at the 3, if RJ at the 3 is what we're doing going forward, then we need to have another ball handler in the backcourt that's going to be able to also be a ball handler, somebody that's going to break down some stuff. Because RJ will be able to do it, but RJ takes too much time. Like last night when RJ got ready to go into his bag, he didn't go fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like RJ had to set up his man, look at his feet, trying to figure out what type of dribble he was going to use. All that stuff, it just took too long, right? Because now by the time he got into his move, the defense could spot a ball and set up accordingly, as opposed to say, what would be a good example? Last year, backcourt of Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? So you swing the ball around from Chris Paul to SGA. They basically say, hey, SGA, when you get it, just go, just do something. Don't hold the ball. Don't let the defense reset. And then so the kid ate off that. Mm-hmm. And same thing with Dennis Schroeder, where Chris Paul passes him the ball, he could just go do something, just go. You know what I'm saying, with speed and quickness towards attacking the basket. I just think we miss a lot with that. I don't see the guy on the roster. Say even if we go with, say, Elfrid Payton and DSJ together, we still won't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Because neither guy can shoot. So
I agree.
Say it again.
Kevin trying to get in.
Let me see. I don't know. I got contacts that's just going all over the place, man. So my bad, Kev.
Well, no matter what happened, there's going to be 2 scapegoats the whole year. Randle and DSJ.
Yep.
No matter what happened, they both gonna get it.
And you're gonna have 2 victims too all year. Your victims are gonna be Frank and Knox. People are gonna say, "Well, you didn't give Knox a chance."
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the Frankers are gonna be like, "You didn't give Frank a chance."
Yep.
Kev, what's good, man?
Yep.
What's going good, Mr. Freeze? What's happening?
Hey, we trying to recap what we saw last night, and we're not trying to draw.
Hello, Chuck.
What's up? You already know.
Yeah, I already know, man. As soon as I saw your face, I said, "Oh, let me get on this thing, man. I got a little bit of time, so let me get on this thing."
Don't do it to yourself.
Hey, man, nah, man.
So we're already started. I think somebody called Frank Ntilikina a 6'4" Kevin Willis.
Man, y'all are brutal, man. Y'all are so freaking brutal. I mean, all the guy did was just come over, man. If you want to blame somebody, blame Phil for picking him. I mean, but again, he's on here. And honestly, after last night, just give him the keys, man. Let him play behind. Well, you know what keys I'm talking about, Chuck. You know what? Chuck, don't even go there with that, man. We already know your agenda, man.
The keys not your friend.
Your agenda. You're going to hate this kid just for being born, man. That's who you are, man.
No, man, we don't hate. I personally
go back in time. I would definitely stop it.
Hey, so my deal is with Frank, and I keep saying this. I think Frank is a different type NBA player. The whole thing of give Frank the keys is a no-go. We don't want to give Frank the keys to nothing.
Right.
But what we want Frank to do is just develop, and just instead of trying to develop skills that may not be there, just go ahead and develop those skills that are there. Like if defense is Frank's calling card.
Yeah. Keep talking. I'm sorry, my camera.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
So
right.
I'm gonna just do this real quick. So until Kev gets straight. Hey Kev, I can see you as soon as you get straight, man. Okay, there he is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get it. Let's put it out on the table. Let's put it on the table. He's not your traditional point guard, okay? Because you want your point guard to orchestrate and to be a threat at the same time. And it's obvious that he's not that. But if the coach gives him instructions, he's going to do that. What we want our point guard to do is react without having to be, being told. Can we agree on that?
No.
Yeah, he can't do it.
Well, you say he can't. I saw instances last year, and then a little bit, with these past games where he can do it. So you're trashing him for not being your Rubio or your Chris Paul. You're trashing him for that. All he is just a guard. That's it.
No.
That's all right.
No.
Right. Yes,
no.
it is. Yes, it is. Yes.
No, I'm trashing him for not being worthy of the 8th pick. That's what I'm trashing him for.
There's been so many 8 picks that aren't.
We talk about the Knicks. The Knicks who needed a point guard. No other team needed a point guard as long as the Knicks have. And we wasted a pick on him to be the point guard, and he's not a point guard. So here we are.
Yes, he is a point. Yes, he is. He can be that point guard. I'm not saying he's the dynamic point guard, but he can be that point guard.
So he could be that point guard. All Tibbs have to do is tell him to be.
No, he doesn't. I'm not saying that, but whenever somebody's whatever goes between Fizdale and the Hornacek, and now Tibbs, whatever they asked him to do, he's done.
Nobody asked him to miss that many shots. Nobody asked him to do that.
We know about his offensive game. We know about it.
You said everything they asked him to do.
He runs the team. He gets them all set. Did you see the passes he was trying to give to Mitch on Friday?
Trying to?
Yeah, because Mitch missed them. All right?
So they asked Frank to suck for 3 years.
Oh, we're not saying suck, man. Oh, God. Jeez, you are such a Debbie Downer, man. You are a Debbie Downer. You are
you said he did what they asked him to do.
But you like this other dude, man. You like this other dude that's on this other podcast that's always blasting our players, man. I mean, damn. What the hell? Are you a fan? Are you a Knicks fan? I mean, I see the hat, but it's probably
it don't have Frank on it.
Kev, you going for Chuck Neck? What you going at Chuck like that?
No. I just hit.
You said out your mouth. You said out your mouth.
Yes.
Do what they asked him to do.
Yes.
He sucked for 3 years.
He didn't.
Nobody asked him to suck.
Nobody asked him to suck.
How did he do that?
Uncle in the building.
I'm just going at you. I'm just going at you because you bash and trash him all the time.
Because
And
he's
hold on, Kev.
You just go at him all the time. I understand that you're a battered Knicks fan. I understand that. You know.
I'm not.
Then why do you keep going at him then?
Because he stinks.
No, he does not stink.
And he's
man.
on my team.
Hey, you can say he stinks all you want, but he's living out his dream. He's playing at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena. Okay, and he's playing more, and he's getting paid more money than both of us will ever make in a lifetime.
And he got lucky.
Yeah.
6'2" and 3.
He got lucky. He got lucky.
Yes.
Wow.
Opportunity.
Boy, there's too much hate in your heart, man. I wish I could be like Dr. Strange and just remove that and do a time continuum or something, man. Because you got too much hate in your heart for
if you could be like Dr. Strange, you should give Frank some more talent. Don't worry about me.
Wow. He'll bust both of us put together. Now what?
No, he don't.
Hey,
Yes, he will.
you see they going at it, right? Over Frank. They lost with Frank now. How you doing this morning, brother? Hey, welcome Beans to the video chat, man.
Hey,
What's
man,
good?
how you feeling, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey, it's good to see you, boss man. So what you think about this Frank Ntilikina debate?
What up, man? How y'all feeling, man?
Hey, everything's
Good,
everything,
man.
Trying to hold my place towards Mr. Frank because we got too many haters out here, man. And Mr. Chuck is the president of the Frank Hater Club.
Thank you.
His name is Frank at the FHC, the Frank Hater Chuck.
The thing with Frank though, man, with me is this. I don't hate Frank. I just feel like Frank is not a point guard. Frank is not a guard. Frank is a wing player, right? Frank is a wing player, and he's going to be a high energy defender if he embraces that role. If he tries to be Chris Paul, he's going to continue to get the hate from Chuck. Just be the wing player, the wing defender, and periodic 3-point shooter, and we'll embrace that. But don't say that this. Don't think that this dude is going to be the next Walt Clyde Frazier because he's not.
Not saying that at all. Not saying that at all.
Frank is not a modern point guard. Frank is not an old school point guard. Frank's not a point guard, period. Frank needs to embrace being a wing defender, get into the stuff that he's good at. You know what I'm saying? If defense is his calling card, just get better at that. Become elite at the thing that you're good at. Like iron sharpening iron. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to be Ricky Rubio, just trying to be the best version of Frank that you can be, as opposed to trying to be something that you're not.
Right. Okay. So what you just said, that was a thought. You got something to say? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, that boy from Seton Hall that we got, man, y'all think he should get a shot?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yes. I want him on there. But the way Tibbs is talking, the way Tibbs is with his rotations, I don't know if the kid's gonna get in, man. We got two more preseason games. I don't know if the guy's gonna get in. And I want him. I see him from Seton Hall.
DSJ got to go.
Yeah. I mean, well, I want
to get that boy from Seton Hall a shot.
I want him to get a shot, and I want Quickley to get more of a shot as well. I want Quickley to,
I think we should have got LaMelo. Not Melo, the one that's in New Orleans. The one we should have traded for.
Lonzo.
Yeah. We should still try to make that happen.
Yeah, they can. I mean, you know what? I'm not putting that past Leon Rose, man. I think he's got something, in the works, as long as he's talking with his, with his crew and everything. I think, something will be in the works. But going back, Freeze, to your point about Frank, what you just did, you gave a logical criticism. You didn't bash him. You didn't trash him. Yeah, you made jokes sometimes, but you didn't bash him. You gave a logical critique. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Seconds, my.
It's a little hard to hear you.
Okay. So he may be delayed. Okay. So you saying that you might be delayed a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Beans, just refresh your browser. Refresh your browser and come back in. And then if you appear backstage, I'll go ahead and let you right back in.
All right.
Yeah, so what I was saying, Freeze, is that you gave a great, critique of Frank. Unlike your predecessor to the left of you, who just wants to just destroy him because he was the 8th pick. There have been plenty of 8th picks that have not lived up to what we thought that they would be. And remember when we drafted Jordan Hill? Remember that one?
If Jordan Hill was on his team, I'll be talking about him.
Okay.
I'm talking about today's bust. I'm not getting back in the time machine to talk about Jordan Hill. Today's bust is Frank. Frank is the reason we had 15 point guards in here since we drafted him.
And yet he's still here. So what is that?
Because he's on his rookie contract.
It doesn't matter if he's on his rookie contract or not.
He won't be here after. He won't get a second contract.
And if he does?
I'm leaving.
Wow!
I can't watch.
Hey man, we'll pack your bags. Hey, we'll pack your bags and you can go to Brooklyn, man. Okay. There's your point guard right there, Kyrie Irving.
Frank is like Trump. I will not do 4 more years of that.
Wow, Trump, that's strong, man. That's too strong. That's way too strong, man. Oh man. Oh, I wish I could go to that heart of yours. You're like the Grinch, man. Let me see that heart. Is your heart like this, man?
You stink. You're not tired of not having a point guard?
Yeah, I want the point guard. I do. But you can't say that Frank is not useful. It doesn't have a place. Because he does.
They interviewed Donovan Mitchell. They worked him out.
Well, I wanted Donovan Mitchell too. And
they still took Frank.
Okay, take Donovan Mitchell aside. We all know that that Phil, effed that up pretty much. He really did. But you can't tell me that when Frank was in there with KP until his injury, that duo wasn't working.
It wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't. That was his 5-3-2 year.
Oh God.
That was his 5-3-2 year, under 40%. That's not working anymore. That's not work. I mean, if you raise the bar a little bit,
yes,
you would be sitting with me. But you lowered it so much. You limboing right now.
I'm not limboing, man. I'm just trying to defend the kid, man. Because there's too much hate on the kid.
Like,
just too much hate on the kid. It's just too much, man.
It's too much bad in his game.
That's what. Say again.
It's too much bad in his game.
Bad in his game. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Name 2 things he do well.
Okay. Do I throw defending out the window or?
Yes. It's overrated. It's overrated.
I think he's a better point guard than DSJ. He sets up the team well.
All right, that's a lie.
That's not a lie.
I ain't mean to butter. You mean better as in what?
Setting them up. Setting them up. Yeah, setting them up.
He's not a better athlete. We know that.
No. Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely right, B. You're absolutely totally. I totally agree with Jay. He's not a better athlete, but as far as setting them up, like I believe Beans, the passes that that DSJ was making yesterday. You know when he was trying to make the passes into the post and everything, they was getting picked off.
Yeah.
Okay, and also when he was trying to get the passes into Mitchell Robinson for like the alley-oops and everything.
Yeah.
Frank was doing that before, man. Frank was doing that. He was getting those alley-oops to Mitchell. He was getting them to Mitch.
I ain't gonna say I'm not a Frank hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Knicks fan. I heard somebody say this the other day. I'm a Knicks fan, so whoever's with the Knicks, that's who I'm with. But once you gone, you out of here. You out of here.
I'm with you with that too.
I understand we had 3-4 coaches. I understand that. But goddamn, Frank, come on, like I don't know, man. I don't know.
But Beans, you will agree that the development with our young players, taking,
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I understand development. We ain't had a development coach or none of that. But if that's the case, what have you been doing in your summertime? Well, what is that for? For you to get your own personal, if the team ain't helping you, you got to go get your own personal situation. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right with that. But the thing that I'm having a problem with, I mean, you see all these videos and everything of them, working out. I'm trying to understand why that does not, keep quiet, Chuck, why that doesn't go from what you did in the summer and transform into the real game. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that. But,
we've been seeing Mitch on the court, doing his thing and all that. We've been seeing DSJ going to these little pickup games, pitting on 50 and all that. Yeah. And then, like, once you come to training camp, like Mitch had opportunity yesterday to at least shoot a jump shot. At least shoot.
Exactly.
He didn't take one.
He didn't take one at all. Not one.
In the press conference, when they first did before the games even started, they asked him, Mitch, what you been working on? I've been doing this with my jump shot and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this year. Same thing he told us last year. We sitting here waiting. Nothing.
And it's been 2 games, and he hasn't done it.
Not even a floater or nothing.
Nothing. We've seen Noel do more offensively than we have.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Noel's gonna take his spot, and we're gonna trade Mitch. I already see it happening. Him, Randle, DSJ for a nice another piece. We need Mitch bugging.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I had and Freezy will test to this. I had said that him and RJ were our cornerstones, but it's starting to look like now, like maybe RJ and Obi. That might, Obi might. It might be just them. I don't understand Mitch. I mean, how many agents has Mitchell been through?
6.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He done had Rich Paul, his uncle, his cousin. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, that boy needs to be focused.
That's a problem.
Or he gonna be out of here. And I love Mitch.
But I love him too.
Like, I ain't gonna front. Last night when he got that 5th foul, I was mad disappointed. Like, damn, he about to be out of here. It's 3rd quarter. There's no way he's gonna last the rest of the game.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what got me crusty with Mitch. When Okafor caught the ball, it was like 8 seconds left in the half. Okafor catches the ball at 38 feet, and Mitch jabbed at him and drew a foul. Yeah. Yo, what is the little Okafor gonna do from 35 feet away from the basket when he's a threat on offense?
Thank you. I mean, there's so much of that lobbing that you can do as well. There's so much you can do. Other teams are going to train for that. They're like, we know what he can, that he's going to go for the alley-oop, for the lobs and everything. So we're gonna pack the paint, and do whatever.
Kev, you said DSJ was throwing bad passes last night.
Yeah.
He had 1 turnover.
He had 1 turnover.
Yeah.
All right.
You see how hate could cloud your judgment?
Oh, whatever, man. Hey, ain't clouding my judgment. That's you. And I don't hate DSJ. As a matter of fact, last year under Fizdale's, whatever, I had him penciled in as the starting point. I had him penciled in as it. I'm sure a lot of people too had him penciled in as the starting point. What about you, Freeze? I see you shaking your head. Did you? Starting off.
I'm trying not to get into this point guard conversation, man, because it's a Venus flytrap argument, man, because it's too many things go wrong in our offense for us just to blame one position. For one, we don't get good screening consistently from our bigs. Right?
Exactly. I agree with that.
And our wing players don't cut hard to the basket hard enough and get themselves open enough. The only person that does it is RJ, and I think he probably does it too much. Right? Our wing players don't knock down the wing. We don't knock. Derek, when's the last time you saw a Knicks player knock down 3 or 4 3-pointers in the same game? Usually when you look down the box score, it's always everybody hit one. Everybody is 1 for 6 is basically what you get. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't blame the point guard for all that stuff. Right. Now, I know it's like you can say it a couple ways. You can say, well, if the point guard got us into good offense, then the screens would be crispy. You know what I'm saying? The 3-point looks would be more wide open. You know what I'm saying? Cutting to the basket would be easier, right? But at the same time, you can't blame, like for instance, you can't blame Elfrid Payton's lack of shooting for Mitch not setting screens right.
I agree with you with that. Absolutely,
those are two separate things. And you can't blame Elfrid Payton shooting for Kevin Knox's inability to knock down a shot, or RJ Barrett driving to the hole too much. So you can't blame one position for all this stuff. It's our offense is garbage. Our roster is trash. You know what I'm saying? That is what it is. We need to upgrade everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I like RJ. I disagree with Chuck. I think RJ is going to be a 20-point per game scorer this season.
Not this year. Right? Not this year.
Right. This year. That's what Chuck wrong. Chuck is wrong. RJ gonna be a 20-point per game scorer this year, right?
Bet something.
Yo, hey, put that. Yo, okay, all right. So
Freeze, I'm with you, Freeze. I'm with you.
I can say 17.
Huh?
I can say 17. He averaged 14 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 14 or 13?
Like
and
17.
still make the rookie team.
What's telling RJ to me? Them damn free throws. He still got a free throw problem.
You got to knock him down, man.
More than half of his free throws, he'll be at 20. But you go on the line 8 times and you make 3, that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Beans, what about last night? Look at last night. RJ knocked down his free throws last night, right? What about the rest of the team?
Late. He knocked them down late. But early, the first half, he was bricking.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not getting
what about the rest of the team, though?
Yeah, I'm not getting RJ's psyche when he starts the game. Because when he starts the game, it doesn't seem like he's in the flow. It's not until like the second half where he's really in the flow. And it's like, okay, yeah. But I agree with you, Freeze. They all across the board. It's just a shame because I thought at the center position that we were going to be
stable.
We didn't have to worry about it. And now it's like, I don't know what's going on in Mitchell's mind. We know what's going on in Norm.
He's not. Mitchell Robinson is not an offensive player. Look, like when you watch the game, so Nerlens Noel, right? When he wasn't screening, he'd be on the wing and he'd cut to the basket with his eyes on the basketball, right? So when he's cutting to the basketball like this, he's making himself open to a pass from the point guard. When Mitch is in the same spot, Mitch is galloping through, like looking straight ahead. So if you're the ball handler, you can't even pass the ball to Mitch unless you're gonna knock them out like Magic used to do Vlade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's about wanting to get the basketball and wanting to be an offensive weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like Nerlens Noel hit a 6-footer yesterday, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, Nerlens Noel with the bunny." Hey, dog, when you 6'11", something like that, when you were big, those 6-footers are not gimmies. They're not bunnies. You know what I'm saying? He legit made a short jump shot. Mitch would never have made that shot. Mitch would have tried to put the ball on the floor and dunk it. You know what I'm saying? Or pass it back out from 6 feet away.
Yeah. The other thing with Mitch with his size, you mean to tell me that he couldn't develop a nice hook shot at his size?
That's hard.
Mid-range is something, but I don't understand because he was doing all that in high school.
Right.
You was scoring in high school. You was banging with the best of them.
Yes.
You went to college, stopped, and just got to the NBA and just forgot. Like, I don't understand. He's not even attempting to take a shot.
Now, Beans, I'm gonna ask you. Do you think that is accredited to coaching?
I think so. I think if Tom called the timeout or talked to Mitch in the beginning of the game, like, yo, listen, yo, Mitch, I need you to take at least 3 jump shots this game, man. I think he would do it. He would have no choice, right?
Yeah. But I would go one step further. Beans, I would go one step further. I'd be like, hey, MFer, if you pass up this shot one more time, I'm not putting you back in the game.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because they leaving them open.
They're leaving them open. That's all they was doing last night.
Being them like that, and I've been watching it, is Okafor. Okafor been on them. You know what I'm saying? At the top of the key and all that, doing them handoffs. You know what I'm saying? But Mitch ain't doing nothing, man.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It makes me hold on. One more thing. Who was that center that we traded during the draft that we had took? The 20 and 10.
Daniel Oturu.
We should have kept him. Word up. He had an offensive game. He could have been learning from Mitch and them and knew all that. And my bad. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it.
Kevin,
I just feel like we're giving the wrong people chances. I just feel like we're giving the wrong people chances. I don't know.
So I think I expressed this to Chuck a couple of weeks ago, and I think it got glossed over. We didn't drill down on it. We had the opportunity to draft Terrell Terry, right? We had the opportunity to draft Terrell Terry, and we had the opportunity to draft Desmond Bane, right? Two dudes that we felt like legit addressed needs on that team, right? And we passed them up, right? So that's the reason why it frustrates me because what I'm thinking is that the front office, the organization had belief in Knox and DSJ, right? They're like, nah, we ain't gonna go get them young kids. We already have young kids that do the same thing as them. We'll just rock with what we got. And then when we start rocking, we got the same thing as we had last year. I mean, it frustrates me, man, because we legit. I don't know if there is any Terrell Terry fans in here, but I felt like us not even taking a shot on Terrell Terry was crazy.
Where
did he
go? Where did he go?
Did he go to Golden State? Which one went to Golden State? I think Malachi Flynn and
Malachi Flynn went to Toronto. Yeah, he went to Toronto.
The new Fred VanVleet, right.
Yeah.
Hey, got him, Moses and Elijah. We're good.
Hey, got him, Moses. How you feeling, man? Give me that shirt. I need a Knicks polo. Give me that shirt.
Kev, I asked you to name 2 things Frank do well, and
we're not talking about Frank no more. We talking about we don't.
You couldn't name one. I just want you to know that you couldn't name one.
Whatever, man. Whatever. You hate it, so I'm not
couldn't name one.
Next thing. I'm not talking about the point guards anymore.
Okay. Here's the next thing. Good defenders defend without fouling. Frank fouled 5 Pistons and DSJ.
What Ron said last night. What Ron said last night was you have to adjust to what the officials are saying. All right, what they're calling. So he didn't adjust to that. So that's the reason why. But in Frank's defense, on Friday, he shut down Killian Hayes.
No, he
so
didn't.
now, what does that say? Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Now you're blind. Now you're
No, he
blind. Now
didn't.
you're talking that BS, man.
Nope.
Go ahead, man.
All right.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro.
See what I got to go through?
How do you
Let
shut
me ask
down
you a
somebody who never played a game?
Beans.
You
He's
said-
the only guy. He's the only guy that's faced up. That's always hating on the guy. I always
said he
read
shut him down.
what
He don't have
everybody
a
else is saying,
reputation.
but he's the only guy faced up that I can see that's always trying to hate on Frank.
You just said he shut somebody down who never played the game before.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
He shut him
He's
down.
in at the end of the game, too. He's in at the end of the game. He's in at the end of the game.
You said he shut him down. Well, he's not known to score.
Yes, he did, man. Yes,
He's
he
not known to
did.
score. How you shut him down?
Whatever.
At his average.
You're
At his average.
You're blind, man. Hey, Freeze, next story, man.
So
When you shut somebody down, they don't get the
Whatever,
average.
whatever, man. Whatever.
Hey,
I want to make a quick point on that.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Hey, go.
Whatever, man. Whatever. You Frank hater, man. You
Yeah,
Frank.
let me-
I've never seen a Frank hater up close. I've read about him, but I've never seen him up
Yeah.
close. And I've seen him right now,
You
man.
don't cry in the car.
Whatever,
You don't
man.
cry in the car.
Living his dream at the Garden, man. Living his dream at the Garden.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question. You
Yeah.
said Frank shut him down the first game, right?
Yep.
Do you really put that on Frank shutting him down, or can we chalk that up as his first NBA game?
Yeah.
And he being scared. Let's keep it real. Reality.
can
Because
I
Frank
interject
same
the truth? I'm
person last night.
Everybody shut him down if
Well,
that's the
what-
case. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna interject the truth. What happened was Killian Hayes had a shoulder injury. He ran into a Mitchell Robinson screen and went to the sideline and got attention for his shoulder. And if you watch the Detroit Pistons coverage instead of the New York Knicks coverage, they show Killian Hayes on the sideline with his left shoulder iced up with bandages and stuff on it. So while we say Frank shut him down, my man had some type of a shoulder injury going on. So I mean, either way we put it, my man was hurt.
I just want to say that Killian Hayes is very talented. He's going to have a lot of nights like that where he scores 5 points and 7 turnovers, and the Detroit Pistons are ready for that. So he's going to have nights like that. He's a rookie, so this is what happens to rookies. Do I believe he was shut down? Not necessarily, man. He could get to his spots. He missed, and the only guy that got steals, I consider stealing the ball. That's like when I was impressed in game one with DSJ's steals. I was surprised he came up with 2 steals, but Frank was giving the effort as if he got like 2 steals or more. I would say that.
Frank's a butcher.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, God. I mean,
Frank's a butcher.
Whatever. What I'm saying is that too many people bash on this kid, and it's more than likely that they might not give him an extension. They might. You never know. You never know what's going on. But he's still here. He's still here, and we should be supporting not just him, but Knox and all these guys. Even Randle. I heard what you were saying last week about Randle, and I totally get it. And I'm not one to just bash. I just don't like some of the tendencies that Randle does.
Well, I'm a big believer on if I'm gonna bash, I'm bashing the whole team. Everybody's getting it.
Right.
So, but I'm not. I'm bashing the whole everybody.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not gonna say I'm not. I don't. That's why I like Tibbs. Tibbs is not pro veteran and he's not pro rookie.
Right.
He's for the team. He's for winning. So,
Right.
But yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to disagree with what Freezy said about Frank's development. About Frank should continue to improve on defense, and I'm gonna have to agree with Chuck at the same time. Frank needs to improve on everything. It's everything, and not just him. It's everybody. So the concept of just work on your strengths, ideology doesn't work. You're gonna get exposed in this game. And you're then you're just gonna be either a 3-point specialist or just a defender, or like Randle doesn't know how to play in a system. there is so many boxes out there for you that you have to constantly improve your game, just like John Morant said. I'm improving on my whole game, and that's the mindset that we should have on.
Wait,
everybody.
Are we comparing Frank Ntilikina to John Morant?
The whole team,
that's the reason why.
You missed the point.
That's the reason why we say Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" Tree Rollins.
I don't.
That's
disagree.
exactly the reason why we troll. Because Frank is not a conventional point guard. He had 3 years.
Frank. I don't disagree.
John Morant stepped into the league day one and was a baller.
But I'm not disagreeing. But I'm trying to say
3 years.
I don't disagree. But I'm.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody needs to improve their everything. No more, hey, Frank should just improve in defense and this is who he is. No, everybody needs to work on their whole game.
Even RJ. Even
RJ. Everybody. There's no cushion.
Everybody's not gonna have all around game.
Everybody
NBA player has a role. Bruce Bowen, but God wasn't Elijah. Bruce Bowen was not Tony Parker. Bruce Bowen embraced Bruce Bowen's role with the Spurs. And
Bruce Bowen would have survived today's league.
Bruce Bowen didn't kick Tim Duncan out of the post and was like, no, Tim, you go spot up. I'm going to be the power forward. Tim Duncan Bruce Bowen didn't say, David Robinson, get out the post. I'm going to play center. He didn't say, Tony Parker, no, I got the ball. Bruce Bowen embraced his role.
All right. I'm ready to answer when you have a chance. I'm ready to answer all of that. First of all, it's too early to talk about roles. The only thing we could do right now is work on your areas. I like that. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. I like that Julius Randle is running the point. I want to see Frank. I like it. You hate it. I love it. I want to see Frank shoot it. I want to see it. Let me see. Okay. I get Chuck. He does. I want to see. Are you improving your game? I know that's a hole in your game. I want to see if you're working on your game. DSJ, I know that's a hole in your game. I want to see you improve it. Kevin Knox, I know that's a hole in your game. I know the Knicks fans want to blame everything on Randle and they wish that they can say, "Oh, Julius Randle's chucking." They can't say that anymore. Right now, the only thing you saw in the fourth quarter.
So what stat? So guess what stat? Frank Ntilikina led the Knicks in last night.
Fouls.
Plus minus.
Fouls.
No, he was a plus. He was a plus.
Mitch had 5. He couldn't.
Frank fouled out.
Frank had 6. Frank had 6
in 11 minutes.
Yes.
What?
I must have fell asleep on that.
That's what I'm saying. And so it sounds like I'm hating on Frank, but I'm not hating on Frank.
Freeze, I never said that. You know me. I never said that about you today either.
No, I'm talking about what Raphael said, though, that everybody should be well-rounded. Everybody's not going to be a well-rounded basketball. Some people have to embrace
survive today's league.
Their God-given abilities.
But you can't survive like that no more. You can't try to be a Bruce Bowen no more. You can't make it.
Talent defines your role, though. Talent defines your role.
Right. But right now,
Frank's talent is modeling.
I'll take Bruce Bowen on this team. Let Frank turn into a Bruce Bowen. I'm happy with that.
Look,
that's the point that I'm getting at.
Okay, my whole thing is again, Killian Hayes had 7 turnovers game 1. He's more likely to survive. People don't care about turnovers no more. Just keep getting better and keep improving. Whether you have a lot of turnovers doesn't matter no more. It's an irrelevant conversation because the only thing that matters is work on your game and work on your jump shot, know your spots, and you could constantly innovate and improve your role in the offense and possibly in the defense too.
Facts. I agree.
We try to. It's too early to say, "Hey, listen, we need to put this guy in the box right now," and that's we're not there. We are so far behind.
It's not too early. The dude's been in the league 3 years. He's been in the league 3 years.
It's not just him. I'm talking about Kevin Knox too. I'm throwing Kevin Knox too, who bummed it out too yesterday. He bummed it out too. Yeah. So I'm not just talking Frank. I'm talking Frank,
everybody.
Knox,
everybody.
And it's too early to talk about Obi Toppin, so I'm going to be respectful. So I'm not going to. I don't like to get on people on their first year. On their first year, I don't usually. But RJ, I'm looking at his free throw percentages. You know, go ahead.
No, what I was going to say was it's amazing how from one game when they win, everyone's talking about how great they did, and then last night everybody wants to put them on the last train to Clarksville. Come on.
I agree, and what I want to say to that is what you expect with a young team. Sometimes they can keep a lead, sometimes they will lose a lead. Sometimes they know how to create a lead, sometimes they don't know how to get a lead. This is very up and down when you're dealing with a young team. So this is what you have to expect. It's not just talent; it's experience. This is part of experience. Which good thing we had Alec Burks. People didn't even want veteran players on this roster.
Yeah. Yep.
So people.
Well, to me, the fans are who's up and down. Like, we are quick to overrate guys off of one game.
Right. Mm-hmm. You
know what I'm saying?
Because we've been losing so damn much. When we get that one win, it feels so good. Like,
and I'm not complaining either. I'll take anyone that comes around. I'll take anyone that comes around.
But it's not the win; it's the players we overrate.
I'm just glad, Chuck. I'm just glad they're exposed. I want to see them. Listen, we saw that. You're not shooting it right. You can't try to blame this on Julius Randle no more. You don't try to blame this on Alec Burks. Don't try to blame this on Reggie Bullock. You know, last year Wayne Ellington with Alfred Payton, they were catching the heat for these guys' lack of shooting abilities. Now, listen, Randle got subbed out in the fourth quarter. Okay, guys, it's 75-75. I mean, from what I remember the score to be, I have to watch the replay. I want to see them because at the end of the day, most fans want the rookies to win the game. I told that to Chuck yesterday. Yo, let RJ, Knox, Frank win the game. Yeah. Julius Randle got subbed out. Perfect timing. He got his 18 points. He was creating foul trouble. That means he's putting the Detroit Pistons in foul trouble. All you have to do is go get yours, and you'll get to the line. And they couldn't do it. And Randle wasn't in the game, so you can try to blame Randle, but they're going to try to blame Randle on the first two quarters. This isn't Randle's fault. Randle had nothing to do in the fourth quarter.
Well, all right, I feel like. Oh, go ahead, Beams. Go ahead.
Nah, I was saying I see that you stick up for Randle. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like he's the piece that we should go forward with? That's what I want to ask.
Yes.
So get rid of Obi?
No, keep Obi. Why we gotta get rid of what? The powerful positions.
They tried that last night.
And Obi is not a 3, right? Can we concur with that? Obi is
not it's too early. Yeah. It's too early.
It's too early to say Obi
too early. Yes, too early. Let Tibbs put in work. Let him do what he does. Y'all got this is not 1995 no more. This is 2020. Let Tibbs. Let's see for our own eyes, and then we make a judgment.
I see Simmons saying.
Let me ask you this one question. My bad. I mean to cut you off.
No. Go ahead. That's your one.
Came around that we can get. Let's just say, what's boy named Scary Terry from Charlotte for your boy Randle. You wouldn't do it?
No.
I'll tell you who's here. No.
I'd rather leave Randle running the point forward. I want to see Frank shoot it. I want to see DSJ get the shot.
Run the point forward last year.
No, but let them. No, I want to see Frank shoot it, DSJ shoot it, Kevin Knox shoot it. They're getting too many excuses. I want to see if you don't got a shot, we got to ship you out. I don't want to be that cool. I want to see them shoot it. I want to see you shoot it. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to see you holding the ball. And the reason that you're holding we should keep you because you're holding on the ball. You're the main point guard. You know, no. Anybody could run the point. Even Julius Randle can run the point.
And I've been on board with that that's been my whole mantra. If you guys are not producing, and I was with Ron. If you're not producing within 20 games, you got we'll put you on the bus. And that goes for Frank as well, too, Chuck. All right. So I'm on board with Knox, DSJ, Frank. I don't think there's anybody else, but those three. If you guys aren't producing, put them on. Put them on trades.
Put them on eBay. Put them on eBay.
Put on eBay. Because they would have had a legit chance because you're with the coach now. You're with the coach who knows, what he's doing. Not the other two that, that fungled around with everything in Hornacek and Fizdale. You have a coach that knows what he's doing.
I want to see them attack. That's all I care about.
Right. Exactly.
All right. I understand we kind of behind on the offensive end, but like one thing Tim said, you can always play defense. And I'm not going to lie. After the first game, I'm like, all right, defense looking good. We getting there. Then after the first quarter last night, I'm like, damn, like where we at? We was just looking good, striving. It's about consistency.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I was saying.
Last night, other than the offense, because we're gonna make shots eventually. We're gonna make shots. But that effort on the defensive end was atrocious.
That's a good conversation. That's a good conversation.
That's the thing I was saying. I mean, we want to blame the young guys for us losing the lead, but we really shouldn't have been in that position from the get because we didn't see the same defensive intensity that we saw in game one.
But that happens though. You gotta expect that. You gotta
that's another thing.
You gotta fight. We want to see them fight. That's what we want to see them do more than anything.
Right.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me pause right here. Hey, hold on. Let me pause right here. So I see some new people in the chat, right? And if you're new to the Knicks Morning Drive and to Lawrence Tears, type give a thumbs up in the chat. And I want the chat, the virtual chat, to welcome all the new people to the live stream. We want to make sure that the people that come here feel welcome to be here and feel like they contribute to the live stream because y'all do. I scroll through y'all comments and stuff, and some of them that I can put up, and then others that go straight to the conversation. So even though they're good points, sometimes I have to let them rock. But if you're new, put a thumbs up so we can welcome you. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to make sure that y'all part of this, the Lawrence Tears, Knicks Morning Drive family, the Knicks at Night podcast family. We value y'all and like y'all feedback because y'all feedback is what make the conversation robust. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I ask y'all to subscribe is because if y'all subscribe, we'll get input from we got Beans in here finally. We got God of Moses and Elijah, you know what I'm saying, in here because they came through and we welcomed them to the family and now they contributing to the conversation and the conversation is dope. So subscribe to the channel, smash that like button because we look forward to having y'all be a part of this family. And then maybe eventually if you come through 3 or 4 times, I might shout you out like how I shout out Dolly. Dolly is in the building. Mitchell Prince is in the building. Greenhouse, what's good? Felipe 210 with the dopest DM ever. Felipe, I saw that DM. Yo, you hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So y'all subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button for the live streams. Hey, go ahead, Kev. I know you wanted to get back on Frank Ntilikina.
Oh no, I didn't get off Frank Ntilikina at all. But I do want to ask God something. All right, so somebody put on here on this Facebook page for the Knicks. So he said, Julius Randle is giving us the same thing Melo gave us, insufficient scoring. To that, what do you say?
Right now he went 4 for 10 and finished the game with 18 points, and on top of he's Jordan Frost. So he's not only is he getting assists, but he's also becoming a more willing passer. It's only 2 games. It's still too early, but I like the effort. And that's what I'm talking about. If Julius Randle was just was chucking it and becoming a scoring machine, hey man, we have to look to ship him elsewhere because that's not going to work here. But in this team, I need Julius Randle to get more assists. Give the extra pass. And that's what's going to help the team. Put Frank Ntilikina in a position where he has to attack or go home or find another home. Put DSJ to attack or he's gonna have to find another home. Kevin Knox is gonna have to attack or find another home. Mitchell Robinson, he's gonna have to, and that's another one. Well, look, I can't get too difficult with him because his defense is elite, but at the same time, I'm tired. Just like Freezy, just like Chuck, we are tired of with Frank with this whole notion of he should be with fans saying Frank should be here because of defense, and as if that's only enough to be in the roster. That's not enough. So DSJ, it's not enough that he's only athletic. You're gonna have to attack. Kevin Knox, he's athletic. It's not enough if he's not efficient and if he's not in attack mode. So I'm tired of everybody creating these narratives while we should keep them, and they don't even attack. They don't even attack when they have the ball, and everybody is just covering for them. And they're gonna when push comes to shove, let's just blame Randle for everything and Alfred Payton.
Well,
I'm tired of that.
Mitch defense isn't elite. His shot blocking is elite.
Okay. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah. The only person that, besides Mitch shot blocking being elite, DSJ is elite getting to the basket.
But he doesn't do it enough, I don't think.
You said he elite get into the basket? You say he elite get into the basket?
Yeah, getting there.
I don't know. I might have to Family Feud that one because when he get the ball right there, like on his pick and roll, it feel like I don't know, man.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
Maybe all right, maybe not that.
But the thing about DSJ, that's another thing. And Chuck, let me just jump in right here, right quick. Just the thing is DSJ doesn't have driving lanes where he can take his man one-on-one off the dribble. Like you legit see teams run the 2-3 and 2-1-2 zones against the Knicks because Kevin Knox can't shoot, because Obi Toppin is not knocking down the three, because RJ is not knocking down the three, because Frank Ntilikina is Casper the Friendly Ghost on offense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the floor was spread, DSJ could get by any man in the NBA he chose to, right? But he can't because the paint is always clogged. Mitchell Robinson is not a jump shooter. You know what I'm saying? So now DSJ's strength is mitigated because the team can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? DSJ's strength is going by somebody in Yemen, right? But he can't do that with 3 defenders waiting on him in the paint. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was say. That's why.
I said, ain't that supposed to when you supposed to if you roll into the hole and there's 3 people there, why are you not passing the ball out?
Because he's not getting there because it's too clogged for him to get there. That's why he averaged 5 with Dallas.
That's why you got to.
He was driving. The Knicks don't have enough shooters to spread the floor. So everything's
but everybody's saying we don't got shooters, but we got shooters on the bench. We got Quickley, we got Burke. Like, why is these shooters not getting no minutes?
Well, Beans. They were trying to get Burks going, and he was hitting his shots yesterday. I just wish it would have been in like the first quarter instead of the third quarter, pretty much. But I see where Burks' value is as far as shooting. And we also got to remember that Austin Rivers hasn't played a game yet either. So that's another shooter for you. And but you're right. We got Quickley on the bench. We got Powell.
Austin Rivers.
Miles
Powell.
Yeah, Miles Powell.
But the thing I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. If we legit trade Frank or somebody for Buddy Hield and keep DSJ, right? And you have DSJ and Buddy Hield on the floor at the same time, you would legit see DSJ unlocked because you can't sag off of Buddy Hield. So either you're going to get yammed on by DSJ or DSJ is going to have a lot of assists kicking out to Buddy Hield. right?
Would that make you happy,
that's
Chuck?
just-
Would that make you happy, Buddy Hill? Would that make you happy?
Yeah.
All right. I understand that you said Buddy Hill, right? You said Buddy Hill. All right. What about
Right.
DSJ and Quickley?
That's another one.
We got
I
somebody
don't
right
think
on
they
the bench. We can at least try with.
But if you saw like what we saw last night, they don't trust Quickley yet. They don't trust Quickley running the offense yet or shooting yet. And maybe in time.
That. I understand that.
Maybe
But I'm just going back to what Tom said. I'm just going back to what Tom said. Oh, he's one of the best shooters I ever seen. You got me all gassed up, and then you give him 4 minutes in the second game. Let me see this shooting.
You won't even use them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Legion trying to come in.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I want to respond to. It's only game 2. Remember, everybody Tibbs is getting everybody acclimated. Everybody's getting into their rhythm. So Emmanuel Quickley just started. So give him time. Maybe by game 1 in the regular season, he'll be ready. He'll be he'll be getting more minutes. But it's only been 2 games, and
But you know what, God? You know what, God?
Burks.
You know what, God? What I was going to say, just real quick, and you go back to your point.
Okay.
I would, and just like Bean said, I do want to see Powell get in there, just for a stunt, just to see what he can do.
Too many players right now.
Nah,
Too many players. But
Too many
Quickley,
players? You see what this kid
but Quickley's gonna have to. We're gonna have to get him situated like you're talking about. We're gonna have to give him maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
I mean, you figure when we gave Lonzo Trier a chance, he was just he came in as an undrafted, free agent, and automatically, we gave him a contract once we saw what he could do. He kicked out Ron Baker and was able. Oh God, here he come. We kicked out Ron Baker, and he was on it. Now I don't know what happened last year. I really want to know what happened, last year and why he wasn't.
I just want to say this quick thing though. I just want to respond to that Burks thing. So, what's his name? Bean with the hat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, Bean. So Burks, he was playing. He was the third. He was the third in leading scorer for the Knicks. He was excellent. In game 1, a lot of people were saying we don't even need Burks. Let's just give the minutes to Knox. That was Kevin, yes, from the podcast. But I got to talk to him when I see him. But I got to talk to him when I see him. You remember Chuck, right? You remember he said, "Well, why don't we just give the minutes to Knox? Watch when I see him." But anyway, Burks did do good. I don't know if you saw the game. Try to catch the replay. And Burks, I think he got subbed out with Randle on the 4th quarter, and Tibbs wanted to see what Frank was going to do. And I forgot who was the lineup, but you know who will tell you? Guillermo, he'll tell you.
Hello, Guillermo.
Yo, hey.
What am I going to tell?
Salute to my brother. Introducing. Guillermo, aka that MF Doom, aka the Ghostface Killer. What's good?
Yo, what's good, man? I got my notes, man, because there's too much conjecture here, man. I gotta school some people.
All right, start with me. I know you were.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, right? So I know Chuck is scared. He's scared because he knows his boy's DSJ's looking like trit ass. But I'll say this: defensively, DSJ has looked great. Defensively, I'll give that to him. He's harassing ball handlers. He's playing aggressively at the perimeter. He did have that one stupid foul where I forgot who he defended. He hit the ball, but then he pushed the guy after, which was like, why would you already? You play good defense. There's no need for you to push. I forgot who it was. I'll get in my notes, but I'll give it to DJ. He's played great. He played great defense the first 2 games, right? That ice defense. That philosophy that Thibodeau's put upon these guys is really showing out.
But why you call him trash? He just played good defense.
But DSJ is not a point guard for this Knicks team, man. The guy cannot process on a higher level. Right? Now, do you guys remember? I believe it was in the first quarter. Your boy DSJ called off Obi Toppin. It may not have been the first quarter. Hold, I'll find the notes somewhere here. He called off Obi Toppin because Obi Toppin was going to set the pick. So he prefers Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson is taller and obviously higher a radius. He could just throw it up there for Mitch, right? I believe it's in the second quarter, right? Yep, second quarter, 10-23 around there, right? calls a pick and roll for Mitch, right? Mitch comes, sets the pick, cuts to the basket. The dude does not pass the ball to Mitchell Robinson. That is a high-level point guard play where you have to get the ball to a guy in that position. Either it's a skip pass, which is a little bit harder, or you throw the alley, or you throw the, well, it wouldn't have been an alley, it would have been a high air pass for Mitch to get it and dunk it. Could not, and I seen him make that same play or inability not to make that play last year, and I called it out. So we have evidence of him not doing it. A second thing, he cannot pass out the double team, nor can he split it. His dribbling is clunky. When he dribbles, like Trae Young, go watch Trae Young when Trae Young splits a defense. So watch Ja Morant, right? Is quick, concise. All right, I see the double team coming, boom. Let me beat them on that one step they try to take, right? DSJ waits for the double team to come, right? And now they have it's basically like two Eiffel Towers of legs just right in front of him, and he tries to split it, and it turns into a turnover. Your boy DSJ, the only thing I'll say about DSJ that I saw him do yesterday, and he does well, is that when he's driving, he can pass it to the corner, right? He does a really good job of seeing that corner opportunity. So when he's driving a lot, he can kick it out to the corner. Other than that, as a proper point guard on this team, he doesn't process a game on a high enough level to do that. He doesn't shoot well enough. Now, I'll give him credit. The shooting form is a lot better, right? It looks a lot better. And I, like I said with RJ Barrett, it takes time, right? But DSJ, given that the fact he can't play off ball, I do not know how much time he has, right, to showcase, to grow into that. RJ Barrett can slash. You saw him play down low, right? He has other parts of his game where it's like, all right, we can wait a little bit for the shooting to come because he produces in other ways, right? He went 10 for 16 last night, shot 1 for 6 from the three. But again, his shooting form is getting a lot better. But the boy was dogging it, RJ Barrett, that is. DSJ, you got to tell me, if they allow Miles Powell any minutes, now I'm being honest with you, Chuck, right? I'm not even trolling anymore, right? I'm being honest with you, Chuck. If they allow Miles Powell minutes and Miles Powell shows that he can at least score, because you know Tom Thibodeau likes those guards who can score a little bit off the dribble, can score ISO, right? And score off of picks. He likes those type of guards, right? The Kirk Heinrichs, the Aaron Brooks. If Miles Powell shows you that he can at least do that on a decent level, give you 8 points, give you even give you 2 threes a game, you don't sit here and tell me that DSJ still has a spot on the team over Miles Powell?
Yeah. The great Uncle Freezy just finished telling you Mitch don't look for the ball. His vision is straight ahead. So when you're saying DSJ didn't give him the ball, you got to be looking for it or get hit in the head with it. You can't blame. You can't blame DSJ for Mitch's low offensive IQ.
Isn't it amazing how when we want to prove that, we want to take a cap for somebody, right? We say that someone else can't do something, right? So this is the same Mitch Robinson that everybody said that the only thing that he's good in is in the pick and roll, right? Which he did last night at DSJ missed him. This is the same Mitch Robinson that said everybody, all you got to do is just throw it up for Mitch Robinson and he's the eminent home, right? So again, just because Free said don't mean it's true. That's untrue that Mitch Robinson, especially off the pick, Mitch is his bread and butter. It's not true. Mitchell Robinson.
What are you saying? I'm always right.
Go ahead, my bad.
Big dog, I'm always right. The thing teams did last year is they played man to man with the Knicks last year in order to not get beat by jump shots and other plays, right? They watched film for 9 months and realized the Knicks offense was just throw lives to Mitch and build off that. So now teams legit from go came out in a 2-3 zone where Mitch can't just get a running start at the rim or just jump over people. You know what I'm saying? And then in that 2-3 zone, but in that 2-3 zone, you see the things that kill the 2-3 zone is 3-pointers off the wing, right? And that is the 2-3 zone killer, the wing 3-pointer, right? We had wide open looks from there last night, and between two people, we were 2 for 10, right? We legit stink at shooting. You know what I mean? The point I was getting at.
No, go ahead. I think we have a delay. My bad, Freezy. I think we have a weird delay, so my bad. I mean, cut you off.
Yeah. So the thing is with the Knicks offense is we don't have the requisite skill players to accurately judge a lot of the dudes on the roster. So to legit say DSJ is trash and he can't play to his strength, dog, when teams get in the 2-3 zone, you can't just get up ahead of steam and just drive through the zone. It's people there. And I know y'all know that already. I'm just stating the obvious though. But if
that's not what I said. So
get
in the 2-3 zone, you have Mitchell Robinson. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. I'm good.
I'm sorry. No, I apologize for you. I think it's like a weird delay. So when you stop talking, I think you stop. So I go. So I apologize. My bad.
Well, you came at me, right? You came at me, and you said, right? Okay.
Let's go. Let's get it, man.
It's kind of like a rope a dope. I'm gonna let you last about 5 rounds. Then I'm gonna knock you out. So here, you said Frank was better than DSJ, right?
Whoa. Regards to value on the team, Frank is not a point guard. I don't think Frank is a point guard. I think he's more of an off guard.
No. You typed in here Frank is better than DSJ.
Oh yeah. Value wise, yes. Value wise, I'm not putting Frank as a point guard. So if you're saying that, I'm saying that he's better as a point guard. I don't believe it. As value on the team, as just a player. Yeah. I know you're gonna read off averages, but you're not gonna give context to it. But go ahead.
I'm not gonna give you no averages. Well, I'm gonna ask you, what do Frank do better? And then I'm gonna take your list, and then I'm gonna double your list with what DSJ do better than Frank. That's what I'm gonna do to you.
Okay, defends. He's been shooting better than DSJ.
You done?
What's funny?
You done?
What's so funny about it?
You done?
What's so funny about that? Those are things that he does better, and that's way more valuable.
Because the way you said it, he shoots better than DSJ, like he's a shooter. He's not a shooter.
No. I didn't. No. This is all relative, not absolute. So if you ask me what somebody does better than someone else, I'm gonna give you relative, not necessarily absolute. So Frank is not a great shooter by any stretch of means, right? He shot 86% last year from the free throw line, but only off of 1 attempt, right? This is a guy who. I'm saying, but I said he takes only 1 attempt a game, right? So again, this is a guy who's not aggressive, does not get to the basket, but we've seen in spurts that he can at least. There is some ability for him to play off ball. DSJ can't do that whatsoever. DSJ can, and outside of the past 2 games that we've seen this preseason, DSJ has not been a better defender than Frank. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, he fouled out yesterday." Yeah, Frank did foul out. The rest were a little ticky tack, but again, Frank fouled out, and there've been games where Frank has gotten into foul trouble. But I've seen games where he's been. I won't say shut down like that because I know Alan Hahn, he's not shut down, but a more effective defender than DSJ. Some of his height and ability, but DSJ just can't defend on that high of a level like Frank can.
Okay, all right. So you got your 2 things, right? Penetrate, assist, create space, play up.
Where does DSJ create space? He can't play off ball.
What? Score. He's a better scorer. There's a difference between scorer and shooter. Hold up, because some people might get that confused. There's a difference between scorer and shooter. Frank's shot could be better, but that don't make him the better scorer. DSJ's a better scorer. He's a better rebounder. And what? Numbers don't lie.
Finish your list. I'm about to kill this list. Finish your list. Finish your list.
He
wore his new Knicks tattoo trying to show off. Finish your list. Let's go.
Create for others. I'm done.
That's it?
That's 7 things.
You said create space. How can he create space if he can't play off a ball and he can't shoot? DSJ, his first year in the NBA, right? Which everyone likes to point out. He has potential. His usage rate was 28.9%, which is astronomically high. He cannot play off ball. The reason, and again, I think he got wrong by the Mavericks. But again, his game, he can't shoot. He can't play off ball. So his only value is if he has the ball in his hands. Second, when people talk about penetrate, right? DSJ can only penetrate when he could beat his man one-on-one if his man is not a decent defender, right? Again, his dribbling is clunky. I've seen it. When DSJ is playing against, I don't say sizable, but decently sized guards who can defend decently, he has trouble getting past them. That's why he's seen a lot of times last year, he'll pull up for a lame jumper that got blocked or tipped because he can't really do anything else but try to be his man off that first step. If he can't get past that first step, he's not being his man. Again, his dribble is clunky. You talk about point guard and all that stuff. Go watch it. When he's playing against double team, he gets flustered. He gets stuck, and he makes poor late decisions when he gets the double team. I could point out to you several times last night where literally he sees a double team coming, right? Randle's right there. Someone else is right there. He does not make the pass early enough. That's why when Quickley and Frank got in, they weren't double teaming those guys as much because it's like they're going to make the right pass, the quick pass. Like I think when Frank or Quickley, one or two, when they first got in, they got they had the ball at the top of the key, make the quick pass. I can't remember who it was at the foul line. And they passed it back out to the wing. They got it to Obi, who kind of turned the ball over. But when those guys got in, again, quick decision making, DSJ gets flustered. So again, everything you're talking about is his value. There's context to it. And we see it on the court. You want to say, oh, he's a better this, he's better that. And again, yes, he has the stats, but there's context. There's a reason why he's not on the Mavericks anymore. You don't just give up a guy who's averaging 15. It's like Jahlil Okafor, right? Jahlil Okafor, if you put him on the block and just throw him the ball constantly, he'll give you 20 points a game. That's all he can do. You have to throw it to him in the block. And that form of basketball is no longer prevalent. It's no longer, as some people like to say, effective for a starter. That's DSJ for you. He's a relic.
All right.
DSJ would do great in the early 2000s where you're Baron Davis and you can shoot 40 shots a game. And you can't shoot. Not say Baron Davis couldn't shoot, but that's how they want those point guards. Aggressive and just take a whole bunch of shots. And be inefficient. But you have 25 points.
When I said create space, I meant between him and his man. Opposed to if he can't beat you off the dribble, if he can't beat you with the handle, he'll beat you with the speed. Frank needs a pick to move.
Frank needs 3 picks.
Funny enough, all we've seen these past preseason games is DSJ doing what? Obi, Mitch. What are you talking about?
When I say create space, I'm talking about him being able to create distance between him and his man. Frank can't do that without a pick. Frank need a pick to get off his 15-footer.
I agree with that, but so does DSJ. DSJ these past 2 preseason games is calling over Obi.
Nah.
Mitch.
No, DSJ don't need it.
I literally
DSJ, that's a lot.
Keep going. I'll point. No, keep going. I'm gonna point the notes. Hold on. I'll point the timestamp for you guys. Keep going. Keep talking.
DSJ could straight up face his man, make a couple of moves, and get by him. Frank don't have that unless a center is stuck on Frank or a power forward. Frank is not taking no one off the dribble. Everything comes off.
I agree with the Frank thing. That Frank.
We saw that in the first game. We saw that in the first game where Frank was in the corner by himself. Frank was in the corner by himself doing something and wound up like landing on the basketball.
Dogs, but also,
I mean, the whole Frank and DSJ thing is ridiculous.
Hold on. But this is the thing. You guys aren't watching the game. If you're saying that DSJ doesn't need picks, he's been calling picks this whole the past 2 preseason games. He's been calling picks the whole time. He called for Obi. Yes, he called for Obi in the first game. He called for Mitch. He called for Randle. What are y'all talking about?
There's a difference.
The point that he had of the pick and roll in the first game, that was off a Mitchell Robinson pick where he drove to the basket. So what are y'all talking about? That made it seem like DSJ is John Morant. This dude, I don't know about it. Look, he had 2 knee surgeries, right? And he had the back issues last year, right? I'm not sure if those are fully healed, but DSJ has, not saying abusing, but he's using the pick and roll constantly. What are you talking about?
But there's a difference though. There's a difference between a 2-man game and an ISO. So DSJ call for the pick in the 2-man game to get somebody else involved is different than DSJ needing a pick to go to the basket.
Freezy, that doesn't make any sense. You literally just said that. You were literally on Chuck's side saying that DSJ can beat his man to the basket, but we've seen anything but that at least these past 2 preseason games and last year. And the reason I want to use last year just because he had the back injury. I don't want to use it as
what I said. But I said DSJ called for a pick for a 2-man game to get another person involved.
It was him getting
in a 2-man game.
No. The first game he called a pick. I believe what was it? The second half, literally the first layup he had. I believe it was the first layup he had. He called for Mitchell Robinson to set the pick so he get to the basket. Made the layup with his left hand. What are y'all talking about? Like DSJ again and this is the thing with DSJ. He needs to go to the G League to refine his game. The game is a little bit too quick for him. Like again, I give him credit. One of the things that he does that well is if he does beat his man, if there's a corner guy open, he can make that pass. Now you want to stand and talk about, Frank, he's sounding his butt in the corner, and he also did have another play in the second half where he tried to shimmy his man, got past him, and they call a travel on him. But his first game, Frank was aggressive. Again, the first
because he took off running with the basketball like Earl Campbell.
Yeah, but why don't you give Frank credit for when he drove off the right wing in the first quarter, second quarter? I think it was the second quarter, right? That he got fouled, right? Because he beat his man, but his man had to foul him and stop him. That's where he tripped, and they called the foul on his man. I forgot who was guarding him. You didn't give him credit on that. Again, we're going to talk about development. Why don't you give credit to when these guys are actually showing, hey, I'm being aggressive, or I'm trying to follow what Tibbs wants to do. Frank's jump shot is way more. The form has looked way more better. I understand, small sample size, so I'm not saying he's going to be great for the season, right? His shooting form is a lot better. And also, Tibbs played Frank only 9 minutes yesterday. He played DSJ probably around 20 minutes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, Frank played what? Yes.
That's false.
DSJ played like 15, I think.
That is false. That is false.
Frank fouled out. But Frank fouled out.
Frank played 12. I'm sorry. Quickly played 9 minutes. Frank played 12 minutes.
He fouled out.
He fouled out. Frank played 12 minutes. DSJ played 17 minutes, right? 16. I'm looking at the box score right here on ESPN. 16, 17, whatever, right? Okay. DSJ, when Frank found out, he was a -1. With DSJ staying in the game, he was a -15. How are we sitting here talking about DSJ's value when DSJ is literally limited? Now, again, Frank, I agree with you. There are times he gets sloppy with his defense. And me personally, I'm just saying for the whole team, the whole Knicks team, they were calling ticky-tack fouls. Every other play down, especially in the second and third quarter, calling fouls. Not to make excuses for Frank. You have to get better than that. But you're sitting and tell me that DSJ, because y'all making excuses. This dude literally has been calling pick and roll these past 2 games. He does not have this magical, I'm gonna get past, I'm gonna beat my man ISO 1-on-1. How many times you see DJ get stuck? He's looking for somebody. Like,
he's done it plenty of times. There's a difference between using it and needing it.
He needs it.
No, Frank needs it.
So DSJ's using it to be cute, right?
No. DSJ have the ability to beat his man off the dribble.
Okay, so show me. Show me in the preseason. I'll watch. I have both the games recorded. Show me in the preseason where he's beating his guys consistently 1-on-1.
So why you had to use
he had you're talking about spacing, right? You're talking about a guy in DJ who had 2 points last night, 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, right? Show me where you saw and where were the fouls drawn where he was beating his man 1-on-1. They just couldn't hold him.
He ain't do nothing consistently yet. This year. This year. But I'm saying he's done it. He has done it. We talking about something Frank hasn't done in 3 years.
Let's break it down like this. How many fouls have DSJ drawn off the drive versus Frank drawn off the drive this preseason? Exactly.
So let me get back. So let me get back. So I just wanted to get back to your point you made. So one of the points you made was Frank Ntilikina form looks improved, and he looks and he looks confident going into the shot. I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. So I'm not disputing that. My thing is though, I think the narrative of Frank Ntilikina and point guard in the same breath is way overblown. And I keep saying the same, and I need to find a way to say it more creatively. But I think Frank needs to embrace the Bruce Bowen role, right? That's more in his bag. To play defense and knock down the corner three is Frank Ntilikina. And so we get the conversation confused where you may think DSJ and Frank should battle for point guard minutes. I don't believe that's the case. I believe DSJ is a point guard, and with better floor spacing, you'll see a better DSJ. Frank Ntilikina can have all the spacing in the world, and I don't think he'll be a quality NBA point guard. I think Frank is a wing defender that should knock down the three, and that's it.
Yeah, but Freezy, put it like this. Who has more value on the court, right? If Frank, again, DSJ, you played the kid 17 minutes and forget even comparing him to Frank. Were any of you guys convinced by DSJ being a proper point guard for this team? Elfrid Payton has looked better. people are still saying when Austin Rivers gets back, and say what you want. I understand Austin Rivers is a veteran, blah blah. But if you're taking a guy like Austin Rivers and saying that wait for him to get back versus hey, we got a guy in DSJ who's showing out, that says a lot about DSJ. Like, let's just be objective. DSJ, forget Frank. I don't forget about the comparisons. DSJ's not look like a proper point guard for this team, bro. He doesn't do what like
that's the reason why I said I didn't. That's the reason why I said the point guard question is a trap question. I said that in the beginning when we first got on. Like the point guard question to me is a trap question. You know what I mean? Because say for instance we magically get Cade Cunningham, right? Is Cade going to be able to thrive in this current situation with this current roster?
Cade Cunningham
to me
is more of a do-it-all guard. A better example would be like a Jalen Suggs. Like Jalen Suggs is a more of a prototypical point guard who'll be able to cut open zones. His passing is, his court awareness is magnifico.
So the question remains. Say it's Jalen Suggs with this roster. Do we have the answer that we're looking for at point guard?
At point guard, yes.
Because even with all those skills, Kevin Knox is still not knocking down the wing three. Frank Ntilikina is knocking down the three at say 30%. RJ shooting hasn't improved yet. Mitch still doesn't look for the ball when he's cutting to the basket. So we have all these things, and even if you added Jalen Suggs, even if you added Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying? Do we still have the same questions about our roster?
Because you want to know, Freezy? Here's two ways. If you want to unlock a defense, right? You bring on a high level point guard who makes everyone better, or you're coaching, right? And obviously the coach is a little bit tougher, right? So when people talked about space, remember in the first quarter they ran triangle twice, right? Or they ran it 3 times, but the 2 times I caught it was around like 7:56 and I think like 10 minutes in the first quarter, right? So again, that's where you saw some of the sloppy passing. So it means that this team is going to be some growing pains, right? But if you got a Jalen Suggs, go watch that Auburn game, right? He only had 12 points, but the way he unlocked that offense, getting it to Drew Timme, getting it to Corey Kispert, right? His passing, his court vision is stupid. You know what I mean? And you talk about explosion, beating his man. He could beat his man one-on-one and take guys going to the basket one-on-one. Way better than DSJ. So again, I don't know what you guys see in DSJ like that. I know people say, again, I think everybody's basing off of his college mixtape and the rookie year. But again, the rookie year comes with caveats. 28.6, 20.9% usage rate, can't shoot, and has to have his ball in his hands to be effective. I would love to see how many pick and rolls he called that first year with Mavericks. Bro, like you see here talking about him and Frank. Frank has, I think he drew more fouls driving to the basket than DSJ. He's passed games. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Frank at his best or DSJ at his best, who's better for the Knicks?
Just to make sure, what's their best? What we've already seen, like we've like their highest, or
it had to be what we already seen because
you already seen
that you predicting potential and ceiling and all that. So yeah, what we already.
And here's what I'll say, and that's better because if you said it was like, obviously we could define people's ceilings differently, right?
Exactly.
But, so off of their current production, like their best, whatever stats or times for the
career,
Knicks,
like career.
Right. And I know people say Frank has only had one 20-point career game, but I'm looking at. Are you stupid, Chuck? I knew you're gonna go to that, but I'm looking at I'm looking at their impact, right? Like when they had those games, right? And forget me the 20-point game. I'm looking at even that Warriors game, right, where Frank had 17 through 3 quarters and he got taken out stupidly by Fizz, right? Because I think we're trying to tank that year. I would have to go with Frank because we've seen games where Frank has been able, not to say he does it consistently, he doesn't, but to hit that 3, be able to score, right? And again, Frank's games where he's doing good is when he's aggressive. And when he's aggressive, everybody's like, damn, why can't he do this? Being aggressive, moving, being aggressive, driving to the basket, hitting the mid-range, hitting a 3 here and there, and then playing defense, right? Playing really good defense on some of these so-called top guards, right? When we had that game against Kyrie Irving, it wasn't around Christmas. I forgot when it was exactly. When Kyrie Irving's on the Celtics and he say, I don't give a F what Alan Hahn says, when we shut him down, if you put that and you package that as a 3-and-D player for this Knicks, I'd take that any day over DSJ because, again, DSJ has never shown me that he could play off ball. He's never shown me that that he could do anything else but have the ball in his hands. And yes, he had games where he hits a few corner threes here and there, right? But his best games were where he's lobbing it up to Mitch and he's driving to the basket, making these thunderous dunks, and that's all cool and all. But that's not a fundamentally sound game to say, hey, we could win with this. But the games I've seen with Frank, I'm saying, yeah, we could win with this. Just Frank just doesn't do it enough. Well,
DSJ best games was in Dallas. Have you found that tape yet with Frank running the fast break?
You know what? It's not like Chuck, because when I did find it, he was like, then he changed it to, wait, did Frank score on those fast breaks? Because I did find it where he's running and he's throwing at someone, but then he's like, yo, was Frank scoring? I'm like, all right, it's hard for me to find these, but that's still a work in progress. But go ahead.
Not necessarily scoring, but going from one paint to the next paint. He didn't have to score. Have you ever seen him take the dribble from one paint all the way to the next paint? Score, pass, or whatever. Find that.
Oh, okay, but what is that? Okay, but what is that? I mean, I know you're trying to get to pace, right? You're trying to highlight pace, right?
He's too slow to do it. Even when you see most, there's plenty of fast breaks. I watched the Knicks run, right, in the last 3 years. And Frank would start off in the middle, and then the TV will lose him. Like he'll go off the screen. He's
like this. To that caveat, but to that, I mean, not to that caveat, but to that point, right? You talk about pace, which I think is uberly important, especially for this young team with all these young guys, right? But in the same breath, in a half court set, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Frank in a half court set or DSJ? Now, obviously, we're the margins aren't really high between
offense, DSJ.
But how's that so? If you literally, again, go watch these games. DSJ is calling for a pick every play. These past 2 preseason games. Last year, let's say he had the baggage, that stuff, whatever.
Well, he wasn't doing that in Dallas. This is a Knick thing. This is the roster thing.
The Dallas thing, again, Dallas is we can't use. I'm talking about this Knicks team right here, right now. I can't use it because that's just a different team. Carlisle's running a different system, right? With this Knicks team, he has to call because, again, but the funniest thing, to your point, you said about him being his man, we don't, for the times we had with Fizzo, or the time he did play with Fizzo and Mike Miller, right? We had so much ISO play, which I thought was an ugly part of the game. But if DSJ is such a good ISO play, he should have thrived in that condition. You can sit and tell me that if John Morant was on his Knicks team, he wouldn't have destroyed those. We probably saw Fizdale here. He probably would have saved Fizdale's job because John Morant is a beast in ISO. You can't hold John Morant. You can't hold the Westbrook. Those guys would have killed with Fizdale. DSJ has not. And Fizdale called a lot of ISO. Mike Miller called a lot of ISO. Because y'all complaining that we weren't running plays for this team, that we were just letting these guys do willy-nilly. So why hasn't DSJ thrived in all these ISO sets? Yeah. See?
All right.
Chuck, yo.
No. Hold up. Because I'm trying to respond to somebody saying that Frank had a half-court pass, and he's comparing that to a fast break.
That's not the same.
From one paint.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah. So I was typing, comparing it to that, and I was missing the lies that you was telling.
What lies was that? Hold up. What? Okay, put it like this: is this a lie? Did Fizdale have a lot of ISO? Try to run a lot of ISO with certain players, right? With the ball handlers. Did he do that? Is that a fact? See, Chuck knows it's true. Chuck is trying to hold it in. Come on, bro.
What's the question again? Did he call a lot of ISO or did they take a lot of ISO?
Well, did they run a lot of ISO, period, when Fizdale, especially when the first year? Did they run a lot of ISO without players? Yeah. They just allowed them guys to do whatever, kind of, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
They did, right? So if that's the case, right, and DSJ is such a good ISO player, why hasn't DSJ, and then obviously DSJ came the second year that Fizzo's here, right? Came that no.
Last year was
the first year. Came in the first year. My bad.
Came in the first year for DSJ.
He came in the first year. Came after the near the train at the train line. My bad. So if Fizzo has run so much ISO and all that stuff, why hasn't DSJ looked better than he has? If that's his game, got you, Chuck. Chuck is done. This is Chuck. You don't want to play.
Can I add a point?
But go ahead, Bean. Get him, Bean.
Nah, I just want to ask this. You said, remember when DSJ came, right? It was halfway through the year, from the trade, right? He finished the season out pretty well. And then let's remember, last year he had that bad year from his mom's, his back, and all that. So how much, like, what are we really looking at? Like, this is like a fresh year for him. Like, it feel like we just got him because the last year and a half don't really count.
Now, when we look at a lot of the DSJ highlights from that when he first got traded, right? I could point to so many DJ, DeAndre Jordan, and Mitchell Robinson alleys that he threw, right? And DeAndre Jordan is a way better pick and roll artist, even though he's older than Mitchell Robinson is at this point, right? So DSJ was no, right. That's what I'm saying. So he had a center who could just throw you that Steven Adams body, cut to the basket, and yam it for the alley or catch and dunk or whatever, lay it up, right? The thing with DSJ, and this is why I say he should go to the G League, because again, the way he processes the game is just, I don't think is not quick enough. I think he's thinking about too many things, right? He gets flustered. You said that the double team, and someone just pointed out, I think they just said that Tom Thibodeau mentioned DSJ struggles with the double team, right? So he has a lot more flaws. And again, I'm not sitting here caping for Frank I'm not caping for nobody, for any of these guys. Even RJ Barrett, who did have a good game, if RJ Barrett ain't perform, I'm not caping for any of these guys. But when I see a guy like DSJ, he's at the bottom of the barrel. Frank, at the very least, I think Tom Thibodeau was like, look, I could carve out a role for him.
I disagree.
Right? Go ahead.
Hold up. DSJ is not at the bottom of the barrel. And that's the problem about your analysis is that in a lot of analysis, they're always quick to put Alfred Payton at the bottom of the barrel, Julius Randle at the bottom of the barrel, Dennis Smith Jr. at the bottom of the barrel. Dennis Smith Jr. is finally just getting his confidence back. His jump shot is looking better, and he's getting more familiar with the offense. It's still early. Frank should be dominating on the offense. He has nothing dominant in his game. There is no dominance.
Excuse me, God. Here's the problem with your argument. You never say focus on what I'm talking about. Give me the point guards. Give me the point guards at DSJ's the starting point guards, right? The points that we've seen, right? And Frank is playing as an off guard, so you can't even count him. Give me the starting point guards that DSJ has been better than this preseason.
This two game. Right now, the best one is Alfred Payton, and everybody.
I didn't ask the best one. I asked who is DSJ better than.
It's only him. It's only him and Alfred Payton. Who else is the point guard? Okay, so if DSJ and so put like this, these past two games, right? Have you felt that you could put another point guard in there and would have done? We need to be.
That's not my point. Is there another point guard on this team that you would say, hey, if he's a point guard, we need to give him a look because DSJ is not doing good? Please answer me that.
No, I'm willing to be patient with DSJ. He deserves it.
That's not my point. I'm asking you, is there another point guard? Okay, just production-wise.
No, the answer is no.
Okay, so if that's the case, he is at the bottom of the barrel. I'm giving you stats. I'm giving you context. So what are you talking about?
No.
How you putting him at the bottom of the barrel if you only compete?
No, he hasn't been given a fair chance. Frank has been given the most chances. He needs a little bit of a chance. Why can't he get a fair chance?
So you're sitting here talking about this dude. You said I gave you the first game.
Yes.
Easy. I said that. Hold up, because you don't listen. Let me screw you right now. I said Alfred Payton was excellent the first game in his pick and roll ice defense. I said Alfred Payton, even though he's a good defender, he was playing out of his mata the first game, right? I said Alfred Payton, outside of the fact that he can't shoot, right? Look great facilitating, getting to guys and cut into the basket, guys who are open. So where am I putting Alfred Payton at the bottom of the barrel? Again, it's like you
everybody else. If not you, everybody else is. If not you,
I'm not
everybody.
Okay, God, let me just teach you something. When you argue with somebody, you argue on their points. I don't know what this guy in Schenectady, I don't know what this guy in Massac, Long Island is talking about who's a Knicks fan. I'm not them. I don't represent them. So when I give you a point, argue on that. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not taking their points. I'm saying that DSJ, and again, I'm not issuing this guy. Someone said trade him to Okinawa, right? I said put DSJ in the G League to refine his game because I still think he's talented, but he processes the game as a shooting guard who can't shoot in a point guard's body. Right? Trey Burke is in the league because he went to the G League and refined his game. And now he just got re-signed by the Mavericks, I believe, right? That's what DSJ needs. It may not be with the Knicks, but I'm looking out for DSJ's career. I see it. He gets flustered in pivotal points where a point guard's supposed to thrive, right? You get that double team, you pass to the open man, right? Drive him to the basket, and I'll give him this. He passed to the corner very well, right? But other time, when he gets a pick from Mitch, he can't make that quick pass to Mitch that you've seen elite or really good point guards do. He has an issue processing the game, and when he can't score off of dunks or open lanes to the basket, yes, his shot is coming along. But again, Tom Thibodeau's not going to sit here for the next 2-3 years waiting for a shot to come along. He has to show other ways to contribute. And one way he has done that, which I've given him credit for, was his defense. I said he played a great defense.
Yeah, he has enough defense to stay in the game.
So
he has enough defense to stay in the game at least.
Minus 15?
Yeah, go ahead, boss.
No.
All I gotta say is, if DSJ got to go to the D League, Frank should be the one packing his bags going with him. And then as far as you talking about people calling it, you arguing with people from Schenectady. What's wrong with that? I just happened to be in Schenectady.
Oh no. What I meant was like I'm not taking up for rent. And no offense. I was just naming random places in New York. But I was just saying like it's like I'm not because God's my dude. I'm not coming at God at all.
No.
But it's like God will say, "Yo, you," but he'll take what like every Knicks fan is saying. It's like no, I'm not. Everybody else, I'm not this dude in the Bronx or Queen. I'm me. So when I say somebody, I'm gonna give you a reason why somebody sucks. And when if Frank go to G League too, Frank should go to G League. But when I'm looking at these first 2 preseason games, Frank came in. He hit the 3-pointer first game, right? And by the way, that 3-pointer he hit, DSJ gave up that shot. DSJ had an open shot and threw it to Frank because he didn't want to take the shot. So for people talking about confidence and changing his form, DSJ did not take that shot. He passed to Frank. And DJ was wide open. So again, I'm not Frank to go to G League, DJ go to G League. But the first 2 preseasons what I've seen, Frank has shown me a little bit more for his role than DJ. Sorry to I didn't mean to.
Okay, cool. First of all,
all right. So okay. So we'll move on from there because the Frank and DSJ thing is like a laser headed out of space with no clear destination in sight. But both of them are trash. So, but let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe it's too early? When is it time for us to give up on Kevin Knox?
Today or yesterday?
Yeah.
He's terrible.
I mean,
bashing DSJ.
That's what I'm saying. I agree, Chuck. I agree. He's at the bottom of the barrel. Where's Kevin Knox? Why can't Kevin Knox be at the bottom of the barrel?
He ain't in the barrel. He in the dirt.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's bottom.
But guy, why would you? So hold up. And Knox had a piss poor game this past game, right? But if you take both these preseasons, right? Has DSJ shown you so much more? Because you're saying that people I'm not getting that DSJ, but it's like but Knox has been trash. DSJ, all these young guys have not been that crazy good. The only one who's really shown some type of improvement is like, all right, and it's the first 2 preseason games, right? But RJ Barrett is one of them.
I see 2
and
steals.
I guess DJ's defense. Look, Knox looked flustered. He was forcing shots yesterday. He looked really bad. He had that offensive foul because he kind of poked out his hands while driving, right? But I'm not going to sit here and take away what he did in the first game, right? He tried to change a pace move, which we complained about. I still haven't seen the post. I still like to see that. But he had one nice move where he stepped into the mid-range, hit that. We've been crying about him for a mid-range, right? So if you give a chance, if you say, yo, we got to give a chance to DSJ, who looked terrible, you know, how can you not say the same thing about
nobody's more terrible than Knox? What are you talking about?
Yo, hey, let me say something real quick. So who's Mark is in the chat talking about he want Guillermo to go off, right? And he said Randle is trash. But how do you say Randle is trash when Randle put up better numbers than the previous power forwards that played?
Oh my God. This is why I want to come on yesterday. I got notes on Randle right now. Let me tell you about your boy
Randle. Right, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm ready. This is the debate that I'm important to have because cats legit swear up and down Kristaps Porzingis was the second coming of Jesus H. Christ, and he put up 19 and 9 in Dallas. Julius Randle put up 19 and 9 in New York in his empty stats.
You guys,
and so people are saying, well, KP had a better season. How does KP have a better season when KP played with a championship level head coach? That's a fact. Rick Carlisle won a championship with that same organization, right? And Kristaps Porzingis played with better shooting and played with a better facilitator. But we compare Julius Randle, who had Elfrid Payton as his point guard, Mike Miller, and some dude Fizdale, and the best shooter was probably RJ Barrett. But we say that Julius Randle put up empty stats. Right.
That's
I mean, to me,
you no context, Freezy. You literally just name stat. I can name a bunch of 19-point scorers, right? Ja Morant averaged 17 last year, right? Is Ja Morant 17 last year?
That's not 19. That's not 19. That's not 19.
What? That's not.
You just said I can name 19 scorers, and then said Ja Morant 17.
KP scoring when he was again. KP was an endo. KP scoring right for the most part was within the rhythm of the game. That's why the team was 24-18 when he had that nasty injury, right? Or 24-20.
But why did they have a rhythm? But why did they have a rhythm?
MVP number. Because again, not all of Randle's points are empty, right? When Randle's right, there's a few plays, there's a positive I point out where he literally got the ball in the block, deep in the block, put it up, right? Got fouled. I said, if you give me this Randle and he's scoring 20 points over this, I give him that any day of the week. I'd give him credit for that any day of the week, right? But here's about Randle, right? Y'all talk about this is the angry thing about Randle. It's not as if Randle is ignorant. He plays stupid, but he knows better, right? Several points. Right. Y'all talk, and yes, I want to come home so badly because someone made, I think it was Rob, someone made a really just erroneous point that, when Randle's in, that the point guards don't come and they don't come to the ball. Absolute BS. First quarter, go to 225, right? No, it wasn't. This is another one. My bad. Not first quarter. I'm gonna find some of my notes. He had Reggie Bullock. He was in the post, right? Saw the double team. Reggie Bullock flashed out to the right wing. He ignored Reggie Bullock to make a cross-country pass to the other wing. Now, against better teams, they're gonna pick that off. He was lucky enough to get it. I forgot who he got it up to. But yeah, Reggie Bullock opened for 2 seconds. Ignored him. Passed it to the other wing, right? He had another play where Obi Toppin was cutting baseline. For the same Knox I said is trash, right? Knox made that pass to Obi Toppin, right? This dude sees slightly different play, right? Randle's driving, right? Sees Obi Toppin open a baseline, does not make the pass. I don't remember if it turned into a turnover or anything, but it didn't turn into points, right? Yeah, I say, and again, the guy took another another spin dribble for no reason in the foul line. Had it stolen. Had another play where he got, I think it was where Frank hit the shot. This is the first game. Frank hit the 3, right? Go back to that play, right? See how muddled the dribble was. Almost had stolen. Was lucky enough to get the ball back and give it to Frank for a 3. I think it was actually yesterday's game because Frank only hit a 1-3 in the first game, I believe. Right? Y'all saying talk about Randle and his points, but he has a minus what? Randle's game, y'all talk about 18 and 10. He could easily be 22 and 8 if you wanted to, or 9 or whatever, 9 rebounds, maybe 3-4 assists or whatever the hell, right? With better decision making. He's a dumb player. He holds the ball too much, right? Why the hell is Randle calling for the ball in a dead play all the way on the other side, acting as if he's a point guard? Get his butt in the block. Y'all talk about everybody else positioning. Randle messes up the positioning when he's out on the perimeter. He's not a good shooter like that. Where another guy like Burks or Bullock has to run around and find position because they can't be in the space where Randle is. So y'all talk about all this stuff. He stagnates the offense, man. The first game, how many times you saw the second? Oh, y'all praising the second unit, right? And why was that so? Because Randle was not in the game. The ball's moving around a lot more.
No, not all of us. Not all of us, but I understand what you mean.
Right, not everybody, right? But that first game, the second unit look a lot more fresh because the ball's moving around more freely. Randle gets in the game. He's holding the ball, dribbling. He did a spin move at the top of the key that went nowhere in the first game. It amounted to nothing. What the hell is that, bro? Like, come on, man. Yes. I'm not saying Randle's trash like that. He produces, but he'd be better off on another team that brings him off the bench where he's in the defined role to play in the post like the cancer, and he produces there. For the Knicks, no. That point forward crap, no. Get that crap the F out of here, man. Hell no, bro.
You got to get a lot of Knicks players out of there, too. They can't play.
Okay, fair enough.
Get them all. Get them all out. They can't shoot. They can't shoot.
Yep.
Get them all out of there. If you're gonna get them out, get them all out.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. I see Randle taking more of a.
Hey, Mark. Hey, whose Mark is in the background? Hey, Mark, I'm coming. Just be patient with me. I'm working on something. Hey, I got you. I'm just working on something real quick.
Y'all seen that? Y'all see him taking more of a leader role?
Why? Because he's talking to Obi?
Nah, he's talking to more to Obi. Yesterday, he did this nigga a couple times yesterday.
It might be, but you got to also show that in the game, right? If you're taking, and also his defense, 2 times I saw where Jahlil Okafor got a pass, cutting into the middle, right? And Randle didn't step up. He just let it go, right? If you're talking about leadership, right, you got to be the dog and say, hey, I'm going to take that foul, man. This dude's not going to be able to come into the lane and take easy shots like that. I still haven't seen that from Randle. His defense is inconsistent at best. You know what I'm saying? And again, the thing with Randle is not necessarily because you guys like to look at the points, right? It's the impact. You can have 18 points, 18 and 10, and be on a losing team, or you. And I'm not saying Randle has to dip his stats purposely, right? But you can also have 14 and let me not say the rebounds. Rebounds should always be high for Randle, but you can have a 14 points, but you can still take making a hockey pass, getting the ball a lot quickly, getting the younger guys looks. You talk about development. You guys like to talk about coaching. It's also the players, the veterans that you put around. If you have veterans who are stagnating the offense and stopping the younger players from getting looked, that hurts the offense. That hurts his team just as much as bad coaching.
You gave props to the second unit. Who was the spearhead of the second unit?
The first game?
Yeah.
Chuck, don't start that, man. We already moved on.
Oh my God. Yo, this guy, man. You're not. I already killed Chuck when I said, give me the number of fouls that DSJ has generated off of driving versus Frank. And then when I said, why didn't DSJ coach the fifth? Chuck couldn't. Chuck said he had the darts, man. Like, no, you can't.
I don't have that stat pulled up, but you just said that the second unit ran great. They were passing the ball. Then Randle just.
But that was everybody,
right?
The highlight. Hold up. The highlight of the second unit was who? When Knox had that little give and go with Obi, right? So it wasn't just DSJ.
It's not about one play.
No, but I'm saying, but that was indicative of the team. It was all the people in that second unit. They're all moving the ball around.
Yeah, DSJ is the quarterback.
You know, this guy, man.
Yeah.
That's why Chuck is he don't believe that, man.
The point guard.
Let's move on for that, man.
He dictate the pace, baby.
I'm trying to stay on Randle. Chuck thinks he's slick. I'm trying to stay on Randle.
I'm ready to talk about Randle. Hold up.
Walked into that one.
Yo, Guillermo, I'll see you at your show. We could talk about Randle there because I don't want to hold everybody up. I definitely want to talk about Randle. When I see you, we're gonna talk about Randle.
You want to have a Randle debate?
We could have the Randle debate. I don't want to. I don't want to cut nobody off. I'll see you at your show. You in the 7 o'clock?
Hold on. I'm just trying to say because Big Freezy is a big homie. I got. No. I'm not doing. Big Freezy. Big Freezy tried to do that with Aaron Naismith, and it was a bloodbath. All right, but Naismith is gonna go kill. Naismith is gonna. Naismith. See, it was a bloodbath. Naismith is gonna kill. Naismith. Hold up. Because you know Freezy likes to make these Frank is a 6'4" Tree Rollins, right?
Tree Rollins.
I'm just trying to make it like Super Bowls. What was that Super Bowl where the Dolphins played? Was it the 49ers? And the game was like 49 to like 17. I just don't want to hurt Freezy like that. So if you want to have a Randle debate, a God Moses Elijah, we could do that. No, we could just what we want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about Randle. We're not talking about stats. We just want to talk about these two. The yesterday's game, right? I want to talk about the game, and I don't want to cut people off, and I don't want to be going in a 5-minute conversation. I'd rather just have it with you and. But okay. I definitely want to argue more than I am now. Okay, so guy, I definitely want to be arguing more now. It's just not the time. I'd rather just do. God, I'll do. If you want to do this to make it legit, I have the 2 games recorded, right? So I could definitely go through the games and we could point out timestamps, everything to his game. You want to do that? We could. However you want to approach it, it's fine. No. However you want to approach it's fine. All I want to tell you is I saw the second half yesterday. We could talk about from the second half to the end of the game, and we could just talk about Randle and what is he doing right and what is he doing wrong. Because I see better defense from him, and you're talking about Jahlil Okafor, and you still have yet to see no defense. At the end of the day, we got a new coach. We got a new coach. The coach is teaching him to play better defense. The defense has been stepping up for Randle, and you're giving him extra last year's story, and at the end of the day, he's an improving defender right now. So far, he's improving defending, and he's improving in playmaking, which are the main two areas. Hold on, let me finish. Y'all can hear me? He's improving on his defense, and he's improving on his playmaking, and he's giving extra passes too. That's what I want to see. That everything that he's doing, he should continue to improve on. Pass the ball to RJ, pass the ball to Knox, pass the ball to Alec Burks. Continue to move the ball and don't hold on to the ball. He don't need to be going out trying to score for 40. The Knicks don't need him to do that. The Knicks don't need even
need another veteran to be scoring 40. The Knicks actually want, a lot of fans actually want to see RJ going for 40.
Bro, you are bogus, bro. Honestly,
I think
every time I listen to y'all do not speak in context of how the game is being played when he's on the floor. It is a big difference. Why in both games, the starting guys, they cannot shoot. There's no spacing there. They have a hard time spacing. They have a hard time getting to their spots. It's because you have a guy, he bogs down the offense. How many times have I seen Tom Thibodeau try to call plays yesterday in the first quarter, and they cannot execute because dudes like him that has the ball so much in his hands ruins the offense and the movement of it.
You got some points. No.
It's all points because it's there.
Nah,
it's there every game,
because
bro.
they want him to do what they want. They signed him up for that. They didn't sign him up for that, or they did. They didn't sign him up for that. They want him to be a point forward.
They signed him to be a team player. His game do not translate into team winning or team building. Period.
Hold on. Did they sign him to be a point forward? Yes or no?
No, not this regime. No, not this one.
Thank you. Not this. Thank you.
I think this one. And if it don't work, let me tell y'all. This is how you tell the difference from good NBA players and NBA players that's just they're okay. He does not adjust his game for nothing.
Thank you.
This is his 7th year. Each year, a player does something and add something to their game or change something to their game so they can either stay in the game, become
that ain't true. That's a lie.
Or start.
Mark, come on, you're telling the whole face lie about Julius Randle. Julius Randle improved every year in the NBA, and the stats show it. How you gonna say he don't add nothing to his game and his stats and his numbers go up?
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Julius Randle playing the same way. Hold on, Julius Randle be playing the same way since he came out of college.
Mark, how?
Bro, you can go back and just look at his playing style. It is his playing style. I don't care if he can pass, shoot, or dribble. It's his playing style, bro.
Yep.
But you have a Kenny Payne there. I mean, they hired Kenny Payne for a reason.
Listen.
Okay, what about John Calipari saying that Julius Randle could get to another level? Why did he say that?
He said that keyword is can. Keyword is can.
They want him. They want him to be a point forward. They signed them up to.
Wait a minute. How many?
You need a coach to tell you to pass to the man.
My God.
Yesterday was it yesterday or the first? I think it was yesterday, right? It was yesterday. He had a pass and a double team because you guys were on there last night. I'm so pissed I couldn't get on.
Yo, bro, he can't read double teams.
He had a pass. You guys said there's no space. He was in the He was in a post on the right side in the first half. Somewhere in the first half. Reggie Bullock flashed to the right wing. 2 seconds they're waiting for Julius Randle to pass. Julius Randle saw him, ignored him, and passed to the other wing. That is stupid basketball.
Hold on, Gammo. You know what he does best? You know what he does best? He gets the ball and wait for a double team and think that he could go through the double team. And every time he does that, it ends up in a turnover.
How many?
He know he can't dribble, and he continues to dribble through the defense. You do not have the handle enough to dribble through the defense.
How many players change their playing style?
How many players change their playing style?
DeMelo changed his playing style.
Who?
Josh Jackson's literally bombing threes. When was Josh Jackson bombing threes?
Hold on, because Melo was a superstar. Julius Randle will never, ever in his life, ever breathe anything better than Draymond.
Trey Burke changed his game.
No, whoa. Melo playing style wasn't team oriented.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Let me tell you something. You know why it's okay?
Agree with you, Beans.
Hold on. You know why it's okay to have a guy like Melo to play his game? Because he elevates teams. His impact was far better than Julius Randle could ever dream of. So when you have a player of that caliber, you deal with it. It's just like with LeBron. There's a lot of guys that can't play with him. There's a lot of guys, but he plays the same playing style. But no one has a problem with that, though, right?
Nah, it's a difference because LeBron make people better around them.
No, but the point is,
acting like Carmelo was not a wait. Acting like Carmelo was not a perennial all-star, and he hasn't been winning 50+ games in his career.
He was no superstar.
Mark, how many points did Carmelo average? I was gonna say, how many assists did Carmelo average, bro? He did not make us better. He did not make us better. He made the team better because he was good, but Carmelo did not make everybody around him better. No, he didn't.
He was a great ISO player.
No, he didn't. No, he
Agreed.
didn't.
Thank you. And he needed to change his style, and
He wasn't a team player.
He's cold. He was the coldest, but he did not make us better.
Agreed.
Well, we have to speak in context with that Knicks team also.
But you know, I jumped in a little late, but I heard y'all arguing, man, and I feel what Mark and Guillermo is saying because again, Thibodeau said it himself. He didn't. I thought he was pointing out somebody, but now I'm listening to y'all argue because I'm gonna be real. I only watched a couple quarters because I was going through some stuff yesterday. But with that being said, Thibodeau said it, and after the, you know what I'm saying, the game, he was like, people have to pass the ball out of double teams. If we pass the ball out of double teams and we make the swing, we will be able to beat teams and make a lot easier shots. And I'm pretty sure he was talking about Julius. He was talking about Julius.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
What I say all the time, I say in the sim chat all the time. Give up the ball. It's not about holding. It's giving it and probably getting it back. He will end up getting it back. You have to move the ball. Even, let me speak in context too, when it comes to the point guard position. And I heard the little thing about Dennis Smith and Frank. The difference between him and Frank, when Frank is on the floor, there's a sense of ball movement. There's a sense of get the ball out of my hand so everyone can feel the ball. When Dennis Smith has the ball in his hand, it's like 10 seconds of dribbling, and then he has a hard time reading on the floor to make his decision. Every time he came down, he's not even running the pick and roll properly when it's given to him. He can't pass over a double team.
Did you see that play where he called off Obi and then he brought Mitch for the pick? Mitch cuts down to the basket, doesn't make the pass to him.
That's not even smart because you would want Obi in the pick and roll because he's more of an offensive threat. So that tells you how smart he is as a point guard.
That's a good point. That's a good point. He calls Mitch a lot because Mitch is tall. So he just thinks that, you know, maybe if Mitch is dumb open, I throw that pass. But again, he does not have high level.
I want to ask the panel.
And with Randle, we got to stop doing it for Randle. Everybody's 19 points, 20 points are not the same. They're not like this. If I ask you,
it's not the same. You're right. You're right because some cats 19-9 is easy to get. Like if I played with Luka, I felt like I could score. Luka is a generational talent. Luka makes everybody else better and makes the game easier for other players on the floor.
Facts.
That was the point I was getting at. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I say that KP's 19-9 and Julius Randle's 19-9 are not the same. Julius Randle is not playing with generational talent.
Okay, but hold on. Okay, forget KP. Here's a better context, right? Here's a better context, right? Bonus, right? On the Indiana Pacers. He puts up a 19 and 10, right? Now, I don't know his averages, but I'm saying if he gave you a game, he gave you a 19 and 10, right? You know the vast majority of his points are down low in that mid-range area, right? He's not playing outside of his game that hinders the rest of that offense, right? He's being effective in his role. Julius Randle, he'll give you 18 and 10, but you know that a lot of his possessions, he's out on the perimeter, right?
That's his own 18-10.
He's stifling with team spacing. He's creating useless turnovers, right? So again, when you look at that game, you look at the numbers and say, hey, but look at the whole game in context. What else did Julius Randle do? Because again, they'll say things like plus minus, win shares. Those things will probably be a better indicator of say, hey, game, bro, team plays much worse. I would love to see this game. What's Julius Randle's effect on pace? I love
How
to
many
see.
times he was getting backdoored last night? How many times he was getting backdoored last night?
So now
hold up.
So now Julius Randle is 18 and 10. Julius Randle, hold up, wait a minute. Hold on, this is
Freezy.
Now Julius Randle is 18 and 10 instead of 19.
Stop bringing 18 and 10. He's not good. Stop bringing up 18 and 10. I don't care. I don't care.
You bugging. You bugging. We don't care.
It's annoying.
You're not looking at it in context. So you saying that it's
I see Michael Carter Williams. Freezy. I don't know how y'all think of Julius Randle can ascend or be some better player No, he's been in the league for 7 years. And when players reach a certain pinnacle in their career, they are who they are. Okay? And it's a slight percentage they're gonna change their game. Because Julius Randle, number one, he knows he's out the door by the time his contract is up. So what makes you think he wants to play a team-oriented game with us? He has to worry about himself. That's why when he does what he does, it's for himself. The 18 and 10, that's for himself. That is his stats number, not to contribute to
so now it's 18 and 10. So my man averaged 19.5 points a game, which is 20. But the longer the conversation go, the lower his scoring average gets. By the time we finish, he's gonna be averaging 9 and 6.
Okay, Freezy, can I ask you on that? Hold on, let me ask you on that. Freezy, let me ask you this, right? He's averaging 19 and a half, blah, blah, right? And it seems
25.
like the more points
19.5 and 9.7 rebounds.
It seems that the narrative is that the more that Julius Randle scores, right? What's the point of scoring, right? The point of scoring is the team, right? So why is it that the team is not winning more with Julius Randle's production? Why are we winning with Julius Randle's production? That's the whole point. Again, style of you want to look at numbers. Attribution is not absolutes, right?
I understand that, but what I'm saying is y'all are taking this thing out of context. I compared the last great Knicks power forward versus the current Knicks power forward, right? And instead of y'all looking at it in that context, y'all are, I know. But I know, but the fact remains is that Julius Randle is playing with lesser talent.
And hold on,
Julius Randle is playing with lesser talent.
Speaking of devil, let's talk about that. Let's talk about. So you want to talk about that? Let's talk about, since you want to bring up Kristaps Porzingis, because that's what y'all tend to do. What about when he's playing with Lance Thomas, a 35-year-old?
No, we don't tend to do that.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't playing with
I'm not holding on. I'm not holding on. Don't get booted out of here.
I'm about to expose you now.
I'm not holding on. And you ain't gonna lie on me in front of all these people. I'm telling you that I said I compared the last great Knicks power forward versus the current Knicks power forward. That's the context.
Hold on.
That is the context. I didn't just bring up a random dude. I didn't bring up a random dude. I brought up a dude that was an all-star at the power forward position for the Knicks versus the current dude that played for the Knicks. And you think I'm just making up some stuff to try to troll you.
I'm going back.
This is context.
Back to what you. No, I'm going to back when you brought up KP. I don't know how you even bring KP and Randle in the same freaking.
I just told you that. I just told you.
Measuring them.
I legit just explained it to you, and you didn't even measure
apples for apples. Why not, Mark? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't you?
Why not? Did KP play power forward for us?
Do you see how one guy plays and the other that plays for us now?
That's totally understandable. That's why you do a comparison. They both play the same position. That's what he's saying, Mark, is it's just a different time. He's not saying like they play the same position. Like he's not saying nothing different.
But KP,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Mark, now listen to me. All he's saying, he think I'm trying to troll him. What I'm saying is Porzingis played power forward at an all-star level for us, and now he gone. And now we brought in another guy who putting up similar stats. That's the comparison I'm trying to do.
Well, listen.
I'm not trying to troll who's smart.
Take that comparison out because
I'm not trying to troll you.
Because that kid played with lesser talent. Because
I wouldn't say that though, Mark. How could you say he played with lesser talent, bro? When he had Melo.
Can I
had Melo 1 year?
Hold on. Can I read off that starting five for you? Because I remember clear as day. I do. We had Lance Thomas at the 3. We had Porzingis at the 4. We had Jarrett Jack, a 35-year-old that was playing on one leg as our point guard. And then we had
he's better than Alfred Payton, bro. Jarrett Jack is better than Alfred Payton.
Well, the way people talk about Alfred Payton, he's so great. They're talking about like he's better than he should be.
Okay, finish your point though. Finish your point. Keep going.
We had 1 year. We had a 1 year Frank compared to this 4th year Frank. We didn't have Mitchell Robinson. We had Kyle O'Quinn, Kyle Quinn. He's a third rotational big. A third rotational big.
But Kyle can play though. Kyle can play.
Hold on.
Like, let's not run on Kyle. He can play though.
Hold on.
Let's let Mark finish his point.
Hold on. Who else was on that team?
They had Kyle Quinn. They had, was Joe Kim on that team too, or was that when he was hurt?
Gone. No, he was gone.
Okay.
He was gone.
Who did we have at the guards at that time? Who was at the guards?
I know it was Frank, Tim Hardaway.
Okay, Tim Hardaway Jr. Trey Burke.
Trey Burke came later.
Okay.
Trey Burke came later. I think right after Porzingis went down, he came later. Or was that the next season?
Could have been. It could, like I said, I think it was that season because remember he stayed 2-3 years with us.
Yeah.
Remember Trey Burke stayed with us 2-3 years. So if you're talking about that first season, I think he might have came like middle of the season type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Porzingis went down after the 43rd game, and we was 5 games over 500. We was about 40. We was 43 and 30. I think 30 something. It was 43 and 30 something. And the only reason why we was there because everything had to be in sync. From our starting 5, everyone had to score a certain amount of points every night for us to stay afloat. When Tim Hardaway was out, Porzingis was there to help us stay afloat. When he went out for a few games, Tim Hardaway did what he had to do. My whole thing is, when I see Randle play, and when there's a team scheme, he does not follow it. Like, he does not follow it from a defensive standpoint and from an offensive standpoint. You can even see it from the first game. When the second bench came on, there was a team scheme defense. And that's why yesterday, when the second unit came on and the way we were scoring, because the second unit got back in the game, and Frank led the way. I'm going to tell you why he led the way. Because defensively, he took out the point guard. The second game, the point guard was running pick and roll. They got into the paint. People was getting backdoored. Frank led the second unit last game defensively, bro, from a guard spot. And we got killed at the guard spot yesterday. We had the Sudoku kid scoring on us. That was Randle's man. Open every time. Getting backdoored every time. Getting cut every time. He does not pay attention to detail when he's on the floor.
You're right.
It hurts the game because he's our back line. When you're right. Back line defense, you have a lot to do with what the team does in a different defensive setting because the guard's job is to push the guard to the fort so you can stop him.
Mark, you're right. You're right about the back door and about Sekou. You're right. Hold up. I just want to say this quick part and let you speak again. You're right about Sekou, but at the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was tied up and Randle got subbed out. What happened in the fourth quarter?
We lost that. We just lost it.
Whose fault is it?
But that whole game, the defense sucked.
It doesn't look, but at the end of the day, Randle and RJ Barrett and Alec Burks got the game back. They said, listen, here it is. They left Frank. It was Frank who got subbed in, and I forgot. I can't remember right now. I wish I could remember for my argument. Yes, you made your points. Yes, Randle needs to continue to improve on defense. But at the end of the day, they didn't lose because of Randle in that back door. Randle got subbed out. The game was tied. So I want to put that back in context. You made some points. That's true. Randle needs to continue to get better. That's true. But at the end of the day, I did see Randle and RJ improving in terms of in the offense and in the defense. There are some levels of improvement, but at the end of the day, the game was tied. It was up to Frank. Go ahead. Now you can speak. Go ahead.
No, you was right. And let's talk about when Frank was getting played yesterday. He didn't play like he played in the first game, because he was the first guy out. The first game, he put out Dennis Smith Jr. And he put Quickley out before Frank.
I forgot, man. You're gonna have to ask him.
Frank only had 12 minutes.
Come on, son. And he bringing the second unit.
Yeah, him and Knox both only had 12 minutes last night.
And this is where the Knicks this is where we're gonna fail out every night. Now I just see it. The point guard spot. Simple as that.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
again, when you talk about Frank is not a traditional. He's a playmaking guard. He's a playmaking guard. He's not a full-time high usage guard. So you cannot compare him to point guards like that. You cannot. That's just not his game. I told y'all this numerous of times. Stop looking at him in that light, or you're gonna hurt yourself. And that's what I'm doing.
I want to say something real quick, Chuck. I want to say another thing real quick, and then I'm gonna leave it right back to you. Another thing, just because you and Guillermo, just because you guys hate Julius Randle's style of play,
it's not my hate, bro.
I just want to say I'm not gonna say hate. I will dislike or really don't like or get upset about his style of play, and because it doesn't fit. At the end of the day, if the game is tied, if Randle subs out and the game is tied, you can't say I'm sick and tired of seeing him make these mistakes.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It's not his reason the Knicks lost.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know, when I watch Randle, and every time he has the ball, I have to back up from my TV because I feel like something dumb is about to happen every time. Like I'm in my chair just bracing, just hoping that he don't turn the ball over, or hope that he don't wait for the defense to come for him, and then he want to go through the double team. I hope every time he gets the ball, he makes quicker decisions. He does not, because he doesn't think the game that you want someone with the ball in his hand at the usage that he play with the ball in his hand. That's why he does stuff like that, because he shouldn't have so much responsibility. He should be a guy when he comes in. He should get.
You just hit it out the park, Mark. You just hit it out the park.
He should get quicker points. Like literally, he's good at playing downhill, because when you see all his points, it comes from downhill, not half court setting, because he cannot finish at the rim. He's not a good finisher at the rim. He's just not. Randle, I think Randle's not a good finisher at the rim.
Whoa. Randle is a good finisher at the rim. That's the whole point. Randle shot 67% at the rim last year, bro. The thing with Randle is that when he's in the post, deep post, or going straight to the rim, he's excellent. But everything else, when he's doing
him coming down here, helps him finish. Him coming down here.
Randle at the rim has a good percentage at the rim.
Right. That's only on fast breaks when he's going downhill, or a transition when he's downhill.
That's not. He had the notes. He had a play last night. Hold up, the Prince. He had a play last night where he took a straight line to the basket. It wasn't any of this funny business. Yeah, and he made the layup. Like he's
coming down.
When he makes straight, concise plays right to the basket. Okay. He's fine. And that's when he does other stuff.
That's what I'm telling you. When he's playing downhill, that's when he finished better. I'm talking about when he has possessions, when they go to him on the block, and then he tries to does his move. He's not a good finisher like that. He's not a good one-on-one finisher. That's what I meant to say. He's not a good one-on-one finisher. You have to get him in like motion where when he gets the ball, he has to make that quick decision, which he doesn't do all of the time. You go back last night. How many baskets did he miss just doing that bottom rim?
But he was also drawing fouls.
No, that's
good. That's good for offense.
No, that's good. But sometimes you could be in the game and draw fouls, and it just still won't hold impact in the game. His impact isn't just there as a player. That you have to have the ball in your hand like that. That's what hurt the Knicks so much. 12
fouls, 12 free throw attempts. I mean that's he's
good.
killing the defense.
Good number. Yeah, that's good number.
I could tell you a whole bunch of players that get to the league, and when they get to the rim,
talk about the game. Let's talk about these two preseason games. I don't want to talk about.
Can I get this?
I want to keep it there. I want to keep the context
there. You said Frank was a playmaking guard.
He's a playmaking guard, bro.
All right. What's the definition of playmaking? Because we know he don't make plays for himself. Who do he make plays for?
Right.
When he hands on the ball, right? It's not just kick and shoot. It's about moving the ball. Right? When he comes,
so you talking about hockey assists?
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Like the third man, the man sitting next to the man.
Yeah, that's what I want my point. That's the technique that I want my point guard to have. But he don't have to touch the ball all the time.
We need that. On the floor.
It's just like this. When you watch Stephen Curry, a lot of just him being on the floor, he gets a lot of hockey assists. That's why he's never high in assists, because he don't have to have the ball in his hand. Have to have the ball in his hand to be effective as a guard. Just him being on the floor, things happen. And when I see Dennis Smith Jr. or Alfred Payton get those assists where if he doesn't, if he's close enough to the rim, it's like the Russell Westbrook in his triple-double years. Like last resort assist. Last resort assist. It's not that type of assist where the ball is moving from side to side. You don't see that coming from Elfrid Payton. It's just him handling the ball and last resort passes. Last resort passes.
All right,
that
Frank,
chemistry with Nerlens Noel and Payton is really good though.
Nah, he can't really throw a proper alley hoop. You know how many times from first and second game, he's been throwing horrible alley hoops that they couldn't even catch.
Frank's assists come to him. He don't create assists. His assists come from guys coming off of screens, popping out for jumpers. Frank is not beating his man and drawing the defense and getting assists that way.
He makes sure when he's on the floor, he makes sure the offense run the way Tom Thibodeau wants it to run. It clearly showed the first game, meaning we get into sets. We get into sets and we're running something. When you have Dennis Smith and think the sets are not running because he tried to play it yesterday and they was not executing it. That's the point of my point guard. I want someone that has the knowledge on the floor to get the ball to the person in the spot that it's supposed to be in. Not because you have the ball and you out there trying to frivol yourself into the play and then last resort is no, because no one's touching the ball. With this Knicks team, everyone has to touch the ball to feel like they're part of the game.
Okay,
so they can have rhythm. We have rhythm players.
Frank is
a rhythm player. Okay. Knox is a rhythm player. Even Frank is a rhythm player. We have rhythm players.
Frank gets the ball past half.
All right. Let my man talk. Mark.
Frank get the ball past half and hands it off. He's not creating nothing. There's no rhythm with Frank.
See, you see, the thing is because y'all so inept about him not scoring the basketball.
I ain't talking about scoring.
You know what's so crazy? Marcus Smart is not even a scorer. He's not even a scorer. He's just there to do what he does.
But I didn't bring up scoring. I'm saying he don't create for others in no way.
I think Mark, what Mark is trying to say, and I hope I don't misquote you.
No, go ahead, Prince. Go ahead, Prince.
Is like it's the basketball nuances of the game of running the flow of a team offense.
Come on, bro.
Frank does that. Now that's the truth. Frank does run your team. Now he may not give you Steve Nash, assists, but the dude can run your team. He will set you up. He's gonna put people in the right positions. He's gonna make sure he makes the cerebral play. Trust me, you ain't never seen Frank where you was like, what the fuck, Frank? Excuse my language. Outside of him picking up his dribble or, like you said, not being aggressive, we have never seen Frank make a boneheaded mistake when it comes to running his team.
And it's about
Mark is right. I respect.
It's about this, Prince. It's about this, Prince. He also helps with the spacing, meaning that when Julius Randle's out of his position, he tells Julius Randle, go over there. Just like what Chauncey Billups did to Carmelo. Hold on, you're not going to get the ball here this time. I want to go here.
And we need that's what Julius needs. We need a point guard, like you said. Chris Paul would have told Julius, hey, bro, go sit your lurch looking self over there, bro. I'm going to run this offense. And you get on the box and you make 2 dribbles and score. Don't do all that.
I want to see Frank shooting. I want to see Frank shoot.
Hey, hold on for a second. The thing is, so you can't just say Chris Paul in the vacuum. So when you bring in Chris Paul in the floor general, so if he does run Julius Randle off and say, hey, man, let somebody else eat, he's also going to create easy baskets for Julius Randle later on in the game. It's not one of those things where floor general is punishing. You know what I'm saying? But like legit.
I don't know. Like when I watch that game, when I watch the first game.
Mark, let him eat. Let Freezy eat. What you were saying, Freeze?
Yeah. What I'm saying is this. And so first of all, let me say this. So me and Who's Mark talk at each other in a weird way, but that brother know I love him with all my heart.
Hey, we all go at each other.
So for y'all, yeah. So I'm just saying for the people in the virtual chat that see me and Who's Mark talk, he know I don't have no malice or ill will towards him, and I feel like it's the same thing towards me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to arguing stuff, when I feel like I'm right, Who's Mark? No, I'm not gonna back down from him. and he ain't gonna back down from me either. And the same thing.
I don't want people to back down from me.
We just sometimes we just go at each other like that. So it's one of those things where it looked like one thing, but it's really not. But secondly, when you take a high-level point guard and put him on any team, a floor general, he's gonna create shots and put your offense in good positions to score most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Chris Paul would run Julius Randle off is not, say, an indictment on Julius Randle per se. It's just because the floor general that plays at a high level has the best interest of the team at heart, and sometimes that calls for getting shots to the third and fourth option, getting them easy looks so they can stay engaged in the game. That's what I was adding.
But hold on, when Julius Randle comes down every time on the floor, he expects the ball. When you see him have his hands out like that, or you can go down numerous of times. He expects the ball. Sometimes I don't need you on the third play. Just go do something else. Be there on the back end. We was getting killed last night because of him. I'm seeing Alec Burke, them yelling at him. You're supposed to be here.
Yeah, but it was tied at fourth quarter.
Listen, and y'all speak of him of the leader of the team. He's the best player on the team. So act like it.
He's improving. All you could do is improve. At least if we saw more. If I saw more from Frank and I saw more from DSJ and Knox.
I don't need to tell an 18-year-old you shouldn't be doing crime. He's in his league for the seventh year. He knows what to do.
Now, but this is the first time he's in a role like this, though. He's never been in a role this big.
Well, he has. Wait, hold on. Number one, he don't have that number one role this year because it wasn't anointed to him. It wasn't an anoint to him like it was by the regime last year.
But still, he is still playing the role he's playing, shooting only 11 times, and still passing the ball, getting 5 assists, 6 assists. You know, that's what he needs to continue to do.
How many times he finished out of those 11 attempts? How many times did he finish out of those 11 attempts?
If he got 18 points, does it matter?
No, it does, because he could be 2 from 11 and the rest could be free throws.
That means he's punishing the defense. That's good. I'll take that.
Like last night. That was part of the thing last night. Like Julius Randle didn't have a good shooting night last night. But
Detroit shut us down last night. What are you talking about?
No,
they shut down the second unit. That's what they shut down. They didn't shut down the first unit.
No, man. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying Julius Randle didn't have a great shooting night last night, but he converted a lot of free throws. The second unit is not. I think Detroit is trash.
The second unit is not being held accountable.
Well, I mean, it's yeah, okay. So let me ask this. Hey, so Legion of the Knicks, are you coming on tonight? Legion of the Knicks podcast? You coming on tonight?
What's the story? God of Moses Elijah?
Look, I'm just gonna go to your show, Guillermo.
No.
I follow through.
Is the Legion of the Knicks podcast? Hold on, Raphael. Is the Legion of the Knicks podcast coming on tonight?
I wasn't planning on it, but I was gonna go on tomorrow.
Okay. I'm just asking, man.
Yeah,
so I wanted to tell everybody to make sure that y'all subscribe to the Legion of the Knicks podcast, because he and I do this thing. It's like Wheel of Fortune and Family Feud. We like back to back. You know what I'm saying? So whenever my man come on, whenever y'all get those alerts, make sure that y'all tune in to my man, right? And make sure when y'all subscribe to his channel, hit the notification bell so that y'all know every time that he goes live. So that y'all can schedule accordingly, because my man's show is dope. My man's show, and he upgraded his technology, and I think now you can even call into the show. I started calling the other day. I call in and be like, "Yo, I'm a long time listener, first time caller." You know, to the Legion of the Knicks podcast.
You know, I'm gonna do a show one day. I'm gonna do a breakdown. of a whole 8-minute game for y'all to show y'all context in the game. That's what y'all need. Y'all need to be taught the ABC, your A to Z's again when y'all watch these Knicks games. Seriously.
I want to respond. I want
to break it down for you people.
Hey man.
I want to respond.
Hey man. So real quick, man. I just want to say I'm gonna wrap up. Because I'm tired as hell. I've been up all night. I've been up like 18 hours straight.
Yo, bro,
20 hours straight. So I'm probably
10-hour streams, bro.
But Mark, hey, Mark, so you know you got an open invitation. Right. So I saw one of the things you alluded to not getting invited. You know we bigger than that. You know you my man.
What are you talking about?
You know that. You know you my guy. Even though you be sunning me all the time.
No. I don't be
you my guy.
I'm just trying to correct you people, so we can all look good as a collective. We don't want to look like them other bogus Knicks channels that be sending out bogus stuff. We're trying to be a pristine channel.
Right.
We are a team. So I'm here to help. I'm not here to bring anyone down.
Right.
I just want to put us in the right path so we all get all the subs. We get all the fans. You hear me? We get all the revenue. That's what I'm here for.
We credit
and so
Jesus. We credit Frank for playing cautious like he have an option. He don't have a choice.
Listen,
now,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
It's funny, man.
I know what he does very well. What does Dennis Smith Jr. does very well?
Oh boy, more than Frank. More than Frank. You said you was listening earlier. I gave you 7 things.
So we probably, Chuck, we're gonna have to continue this. We're gonna have to continue this on the Knicks at Night podcast, man, because we've been on like over 3 hours for the Knicks Morning Drive. So we probably gonna continue this on the Knicks at Night podcast tonight at 11:45. So I want to shout out the NBK fam. I didn't get a chance to do it the last few streams, but it's a bunch of us. We like the Wu-Tang Clan of Knicks content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my half brother, Legion of Knicks podcast, aka that MF of Doom, aka the ghost-faced killer. And he was on the other night with the mask on.
Yo, Freezy, I'm not even mad at you. This is a lot of how I came on today. This is all the steam from last night, watching last night and hearing people talk about the games from last night. It's nothing against you, Freezy.
Right.
It's just all last night's steam, bro.
Dog, you ain't got. I know this already. It's just I'm explaining that to the chat. The chat don't know. They kind of like legit. Chuck be trying to chop my head off every time he gets a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this.
How about me and who's Mark? We done drag out arguments before. Me and Guillermo done had them knock down, drag out arguments before. It happens, bro. It happens.
Let me say this. Melo's style of play Melo's style of play is the same as Randle's style of play, but the results is different.
Nah, but Carmelo with his playing style was more impactful, bro. And he was just a way more reinforced.
He held the ball for 20 seconds. Now, I'm not talking about the results. I'm talking about the results.
But that was a guaranteed
Freezy, you create a monster. This is what you deserve, man. Freezy's trying to sleep.
That's a guaranteed bucket.
I know.
That was a guaranteed bucket.
Did he hijack offense, though?
Oh my gosh, Freezy,
so,
this is your fault, Freezy.
Hey, so here's the thing. I'm gonna shout out.
Okay,
I'm gonna shout out my mods. I got the dopest mods in the game. So shout out to my producer Stephen Fox. Shout out to Simmer Singh. Shout out to Bodega Wi-Fi, the dopest mods in the game. We're gonna continue this later on tonight, man. I'm gonna try to go in here and get about like an hour and a half of sleep before I get up with God.
Yo, get more than an hour and a half of sleep, bro. Sleep it off.
All right,
yeah, get some.
All
right, guys. Peace. Salute, man.
Peace.
Right, we'll play it till
Hey, salute to everybody. Yeah. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming through. We're gonna get back on at 11:45 p.m. and we're gonna chop it up. Hey, Mark, I expect to see you.
All right, bro, I got you.
Peace, fam.
All right, boss.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Get some sleep, Freezy.